Hello. Oh my gosh, my voice. Hold on, I gotta pause this other one. Okay. Am I echoing? Can you guys hear me? Can you see me? I don't know what's going on. Thank you, Potty Mouth, so much for your assistance. Okay. No echo. No, you sound good. All right. Hey, Sandy. Hey, 180. Hello, Republican Ash. I'm good. How are you? Hey, Abigail Diaz. Jane the Tech. Okay, so I think I'm supposed to look at chat over here. Sandy says echo. Is that true? Hey, Paula. See, so I can see the chat on the StreamYard's side. I don't know if it's the same as the other one. I'm still so tired, you guys. I didn't see anything last night. I missed Diane's whole live stream last night. I didn't even think about it whenever I got back, being Friday, because we had to go, we went do Christmas shopping, grocery shopping. We were gone. The kids had a doctor's appointment. Like, we were gone all day long, like 8 hours or something. Hello, Miley Sunny. Hey, Red Road Runner. How are you, sweetheart? Hey, Christina's Journey. So I don't have a lot of pep in my step today. No echo. I spelled it wrong. Okay. That's good. That's good to know. I don't think I can put it on like top chat or regular chat over here. So maybe it's just regular chat on this side. What's up, Kimmy? Hey, Run Around. Bernie. Good morning, Sean. Good morning, Jennifer. I hope you feel better today. I was watching Diane's from last night, and whew, there's so much. I don't even know what happened. I do hope, though, that you and the truth can work it out. I feel like she seemed like she would be up for that. Good afternoon, Paula T. I hope so. Thank you, 180. It's not the best stream today. I'm so tired. I will never work it out with her. Nope. I get that you feel that way. And I know that I don't know what personal things were said about you. I honestly don't even know what like mud was slung back and forth. But what I will say is you might not always feel that way. She might not always feel that way. Like, I love Potty Mouth Mama to death. And at one point I thought she was an asshole. So I really never thought, confession, I really never thought Potty Mouth was an asshole, but I acted like I thought she did. Hang on one second. Okay. I'm back. And listen, and I know when you're angry, like when you feel hurt, because there has been, that's why I was trying to talk about the other day, but when you're typing in chat, there's a lot of, it's hard to like convey your tone of what you're trying to say. And I think that happens a lot between people. But like those initial texts, I don't think I've said this. Yeah, I don't remember. But those initial texts, like there was bickering back and forth, and I probably Ash 274 won't agree with this. Marianne probably doesn't feel this way because they've all been really hurt by the other person, and then like the other person's been hurt by them, so they're not gonna probably agree with me on that, which is fine. Nobody has to agree with anything I say. But those initial text messages that were sent, in my opinion, they had to be sent by Oni. If anybody doesn't know what I'm talking about, after Makeup Mobster got swatted, I don't think Marianne, or the cops called on her. I don't think Marianne had even had the cops called on her yet. I'm not sure of that timeline. If it had been, because I know it was really close. There was text messages that were sent. And in these text messages, it was supposed to implicate certain people, right? Like when I showed them on my channel, I took the names out, but like people, figured out whose names it was and blah, blah, blah. Those initial text messages, they had to come from Oni. If he's the one that called on Makeup Mobster, which there's no doubt in my mind that he is, allegedly. But if Oni is the person that called on Makeup Mobster, we know he's the person that called on Marianne. He sent those text messages. And those text messages already way back then, I don't even remember what month it was. They're on my channel still. You can go on this channel right here. You can go back. They're still there. You can go back. You can read them. What's up, J Mac? I want to say this, and then I'll drop the link in the chat for whoever wants to come up and join me. And anybody can come up, by the way. I'm not going to stay live forever because I got things to do, but if anybody wants to come up, you're more than welcome. Okay, so those text messages tried to make that potty mouth mama, science girl, Marissa's name was in there, and Laura's name was in there. I don't think anybody else was like implicated on those text messages. They said like a couple other people's name, but it was made to look like it was potty mouth and science girl talking to each other. That's the way it was. And that Laura knew and Marissa knew, blah, blah, blah. But those initial text messages way back then already had to be thinking ahead. He was already trying to not only put the blame on someone, but put the blame on the people that he sat on the phone with day in and day out. He talked to them every single day already way back then before anybody ever. And I think those initial text messages, however many months ago that lit a fire that grew so big, we were never able to come back from it. I really believe that made things so much worse than they ever would have been, because then Laura was like feeling like she was being blamed. Potty Mouth was feeling like she was being blamed. Science Girl was feeling like she was being blamed. So it escalated a whole situation 10 times worse, in my opinion, than what they had to be. Like already way back then, he was trying to play the sides against each other and stay as far in the background as he could while everything else is fucking going up in flames. He was already calculating I don't know how to say it, but does anybody else feel that way, or am I the only person? Hey, Van Lufa. Hey, Ziggy. Hello, Amanda L. Because before that, and I like Marianne and Laura, they probably still wouldn't like each other. That's not what I'm saying, right? What I'm saying is, though, that it got so much worse, and the shit that was said was so much worse, even though that, from my understanding, I know people in chats like blame potty mouth, and I see, I know that happened, but I'm talking about like the people that got the text messages. From my understanding, nobody was ever blamed for those in public ever on purpose, because we didn't know who made the call. We never knew. I just think that he already back then was trying to cause this rift And the only person that wasn't named in those text messages were Barbie. And I want to say it's not, in my opinion, it's not because I think Barbie had anything to do with it. I don't. I do not think Barbie had anything to do with it. I think he wanted to tear everybody else apart, tear everything else down while trolling Barbie and trying to be her, what do you call this? Like, you know how like if you see these people that catfish people and they'll be the one that's catfishing them, like they'll be the one that's pretending to be their boyfriend or their girlfriend and they're being really horrible to them when all the while it's really their friend catfishing them, and their friend is the one that's comforting them the whole time. That's what I think he was doing to Barbie. That's just my opinion, allegedly. Hey, figure skating coach. Hey, Pepper. Okay, I want to read some of the chat because I have not been able to read any of the chat. I will be honest here. I don't know a lot of the TCC, so I'm lost with all the names, but I hope that guy who called goes to jail. Exactly, Ziggy. I think that I'm not trying to downplay anything that was said. Hey, Marcia, if anything, you guys went out of your way to not accuse. And I know that we never did accuse anybody. But like I said, those text messages, I'm sure, in which I did. I apologized to Potty Mouth. I apologized to Science Girl. I apologized to Laura on multiple occasions because at the end of the day, I made the decision, not anybody else. Not Nikki. I think at the time, Nikki thought it was a bad idea. I'm pretty sure Nikki thought it was a bad idea, which I should probably listen to her more. But, and, Marianne was just like, you do whatever you want. But I think for her, it was probably, she didn't even want them out. But I don't know. I made the decision and I did it. I shouldn't have done it. That's exactly what he wanted at the time because he had to be the one that sent the text messages. He sent it on a spoof account or whatever you call those things that Science Girl calls them. And he did the same thing to Science Girl. He got Laura's information. See, that's what I'm trying to say. Already way back then, he was already trying to cause a divide between everybody because he sent Science Girl Laura's information anonymously, trying to, cause shit there, in which it worked for a very long time. Hey, honey boo boo. Hang on. Hey, iRising. I can never understand how to say your name. I've asked you 50 times. I'm not even going to bother you anymore. Hey, Aaron. Okay. Poor Nikki was so hesitant. You know what, Potty Mouth? And I think that was on purpose. I don't think she wanted to do it at all. And she knew that it was going to come back and bite me, which is why we took the names out. But, at the time, I'll vouch for Nikki. She didn't want to do that. I mean, she did it because it was my channel and that's what I wanted to do. But, if she could have talked me out of it, she would have. For sure. Okay, now, Marcia. Marcia. That's my favorite thing. I say it every chat that I'm in that you're in. And I know you probably heard that your whole life. I apologize. How do I get a link to put in chat to let people come up if they want to? And I know it's early. People might not want to, but I'm just trying to go ahead while I'm on here this time, learn StreamYards. So then in the future, I know how to do it. Hey, little Kelly. Exactly, little Kelly. Oh, crap. You not know how? No, you have people up. You know how. Okay, this says private chat. So that goes to the other chat. This says banners. What does banners mean? Let's click that. Create a banner. Oh, that's cool. Oh, that's the thing where it said it could scroll across the screen, right? Click on a banner to show it on screen. Okay, here's an example of a banner. Oh, okay, cool. That's what I think Science Girl was doing the other night. When it was like, when she put, I need a cigarette or whatever. Okay, how do I get back? Comments. There we go. Stephanie, if they're, let's see what Honey Boo Boo said. Stephanie, if they were sent from a truth teller, I think I got some stuff that points towards Oni. I am 80% sure that's what it was from, Honey Boo Boo. I didn't get them personally, but I think that's what it was. And I think Marianne's busy right now. Okay, at the bottom, hold on. Let's see what Marcia says, because she knows how to do this. At the bottom, you see a box that says invite, screen share, etc. Click on the invite copy and post in chat. No, not in private. Okay. Invite. Okay, I see it. Copy to clipboard. Copied. All right, let's try this. I think I got it. Okay. See what Honey Boo Boo says. Sorry, I was behind on the stream listening. No, don't be sorry. Oh, wait, Stephanie. Maybe pull up a tab with YouTube. Your comments are a bit behind. Okay. Good idea. Yeah, that's actually, I could pop my chat out and then put it on the StreamYard tab and then pop my chat back up over the StreamYard chat. So if I say, hold on, I'll tell you where I'm at. Your picture is so cute. I just had to pick a random picture because I didn't have anything on my computer. And there you go, Stephanie, you did it. Yay. Like I said, anybody that wants to come up can come up. Hang on. Let's see. And there you go, Stephanie, you did it. Yay.
Yes, you did it.
Like I said, anybody that wants to come up can come up. Hang on.
You did it. You did it.
Okay. Did you hear what I was talking about? Oh.
What?
Are you muted? Yeah, I think you're muted now, right? Yeah, I don't hear any feedback now. Okay. Did you hear what I was talking about? The screenshots?
Yes.
You know the screenshots I'm talking about.
Yeah, the one that Nikki had to take so long to redact and came in anonymously to Starlight and all that. Yeah.
Yeah. Like those had to come from
Oni.
They had to. There's no other way. And that was, I don't remember off the top of my head what month that was in, but it was, that was a long time ago.
I'm going to guess in May probably.
What
April or May when that happened.
Monkey business.
Because I don't think any of the girls had, if they were out, they weren't like verbal. You know what I mean? So
I don't know what that means.
When they left it.
Wait. Sorry, hang on one second. I asked you a question, then cut you off. I'm so sorry. Okay. Sam asked me a question in chat. Sam, I don't know what you're referring to. I know the comment, made about your child. I don't agree with that at all. I don't know about the other part that you're talking about.
Yeah, I don't know that one either. Sorry, Sam.
What's up, Ash? I put it in Discord. Okay, go ahead. I'm sorry. I won't cut you off.
Amanda says in April. Mandolin says April. I was thinking it had to be around late spring, early summer.
October, November. 8 months ago, you guys.
Yeah.
8 months ago, he was already trying to implicate people that he was friends with for 8 months after. Like Science Girl was, before all of this popped off, when she was still defending her friend out of loyalty, he had already let her take the fall for his call 8 months. Right. Well, now 7 months prior. I cannot wrap my mind around it. And what about?
Think about it. And I thought about, I know you've probably heard, and I know everybody here's heard my theory on it. But when you think about it, it's really a top class in manipulation he pulled off. Because it almost sounds so crazy. It sounds kind of like a conspiracy theory. You know what I mean? But
I would never have thought it in like back then, right?
Yeah, no.
Somebody would have said, this is what I think it is. I think it's Oni, and I think he fabricated these, sent them to you guys, and he's setting his friends up. I would have been like, get out.
Out of
You're
here.
crazy.
And that's what he traded on, Stephanie. That's what he traded on, that nobody would ever in a million years say Oni.
Phew, that's crazy. Okay, Sam asked me a question about the. Okay, I did hear something about it. I never heard it said, or how it was said. But to me, if you're going to say about someone that is black and say that you have racial connotations and you're being derogatory. That's my opinion, Sam, about that. I don't go anywhere near that. I don't go anywhere near that place. The pirate ship, I never have. I don't understand. I don't get down with them.
What?
Nor will I ever. Everyone raise your hand. If you have a black person, you can scratch up to vouch
What?
that you're not a racist. Raise your hand if you've ever had to have a black person vouch you're not being a racist. No.
I'm
Okay.
not neither one of those. No.
She's talking about like drama community.
Yeah, okay, good. I'm like, what?
Listen, Sam.
I just didn't know.
I think you and I have different views on the word racist. I feel like I don't know how somebody feels in their heart and how they treat people in real life, right? Just like when Katie said what she said before and people tried to say that she was racist. In my opinion, I can't say someone is racist. It's derogatory. It's shitty to say, but I don't know them personally. I've never spoke to them before.
I hate this. Well, that's not, yeah, but, and you could say something that's racist, a sentence that's racist or something, and not be a racist in your heart, but it still makes people wonder. And I understand where it's coming from because I'm my grandchildren. I understand it. But I do my damnedest to treat everybody the same.
I don't know. I try to look at it differently because I don't know. I feel like racist should be a really strong word and it should have a lot of meaning. And I feel like the more that we use it and use it and use it, it waters it down and it spreads it out to where, every little thing is racist, and it takes away from what really, what it really should mean. That's just my opinion.
I agree. I agree with that 100%. Drop my thing. I agree. Asking if a black woman is racist in Greece qualifies as being racist. I don't know who said that, but yeah, that's a racist statement.
I would, yeah. If your mind goes there, I'm not disagreeing with you. I just don't like to pin that on somebody I don't know personally. That's all. Yeah. That's shitty as fuck to say. I'm not disagreeing with you at all, Sam. Like if somebody said that to someone that I love, I would be fucking livid.
Me too. Me too.
That's all.
But bad to Oni, it's like I said, it's a master class of manipulation that he's carried out here. I know that Tiffany Marie says she hasn't seen me to the last few months, but I know you and Starlight and all saw me back.
You've been in my chats. I know at least since True Crime. I thought even before that. Okay.
Yeah, December last year.
Okay, I thought you'd been forever, but I didn't want to miss. Like I didn't even know you had a channel until obviously when I got back, and I was like, oh my god, that's so, because we go to a lot of the same channels and stuff too, So, but I think people might not notice people as much until they make a channel, and then they notice your every little move. You know what I mean?
That's what it is. That's what it is. Because, and then I spent 3-4 months just reading, watching, and looking. And trying to figure things out because to me, you just don't go into something and don't know anybody and act like you should be there.
Right.
But and when especially nobody knows you in YouTube world. But like Starlight thought I was a troll at first. That would be normal. That would be normal. It'd be abnormal not to think that. So
I
it
guess
is
I've
great.
seen you for so long that I already knew,
Mhm.
you know, and I
Yeah.
didn't know that other people didn't know who you. So did you come from drama? Like you watched drama before crime, right?
No,
Or am I wrong?
yeah, I started watching crime and it had nothing to do with Chris Watts. It was Kelsey Barrett. That was the case that Dad Without a Phone did so great on.
Oh, yes, yes, yes. Okay, I know what you're talking
That
about.
was where I actually watched everything he did about that trial because I was like, that was my Jodi Arias. I hadn't had one in a while. And then I would see names, and they'd say something. So I figured out how to follow people and, how to go to their channels and stuff. That brought me up here. I never was in the Chris Watts situation. I mean, by that time he had already burned himself and was in prison. So I didn't care to talk about him. But I think that, so then I did watch drama because I didn't know anybody and I was just trying to learn people and whatnot. And so,
yeah, like people from the drama community still, like Ziggy is in here and she still doesn't know. She's like, I don't know any of these names.
right. I
it's
only know
hard to keep
from
up.
hearing it. I hear her name. That's the only thing I know of her.
Hey, Blackhearted, what'd you say, Ash? Hey, thank you. Next. I didn't see what you said because I had closed the other chat and I was looking at the other chat. I need to have them both open because I can't see.
That's what I do sometimes. I open
yeah. I just popped out the chat from the bottom.
Kiki says she thought we were on the outs. Yeah, right.
We are. Get your popcorn.
We can just stand each other. Jeez, can't you hear it?
No, we've never
been.
But I know of. Marsha's always supported me. Well, I mean, not always. It's forever.
Well, I mean,
but
there might be things I didn't like or something, but that's normal. You can't like everything somebody does. Jeez. I do things people don't like to. So
like to tell us all what to do and how to do it. Duh. Crystal.
Because nobody can stand on their own 2 feet. Right.
Listen, I can't tell anybody what to do and how to do it. Everybody is their own individual. Everybody should be treated as their own individual.
Well, if you start telling people what to do, then you become responsible for what they do. And I think we're all adults.
Right.
That's the way I
do it. Crystal, I'm glad to see you here. We should mud wrestle, Kiki said.
We could. I was going to say charge admission. No. Hey, Roman.
I was really, 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 really hoping that Marianne and Laura could, talk last night and work it out. But I think that there's still too many feelings hurt, and it's just they're not ready, and I completely respect whatever they do. I like for people, if they can, to get along because it's better for me personally, right? Like if I am sitting over here hating somebody, it's not hurting them, it's hurting me. That's just how I feel, personally. Hey, Clary.
Clary. That's exactly right. And it's not really worth it. All that hate does nothing for you. Does absolutely nothing for you.
Like, I like to watch people go at it. I think it's funny sometimes. It's entertaining, but it's just been so long. And I know that they're, even though neither one of them are going to admit it, there's feelings hurt. And I think both of them are probably hurt at the end of the day.
I agree. I do.
And eventually there'll come a day that they'll get over it. Just like, a lot of people thought that they would never get over, whatever beef they had with Marissa. They did.
That's right.
You're not always going to be mad like you are right now. For me, I'll get mad one day, and then sometimes, like used to, I would go live and talk about it right then. And that I just can't do that. That's a bad thing for me because I say things I'm going to regret. I don't even feel the same way the next day. Like I like to at least give it a day because then I'm not nowhere near the emotions that I have. I'm really reactive when I'm that emotional. I know that. I try not to go live when I feel that way because you're just going to say things that hurt people. And I don't want to hurt people.
No, I have learned that too. That I back off now, but I have come out. I mean,
It's not easy. I'm not saying it's easy at
no,
all.
not easy. And
That's
and
not what I said.
if once I'm loyal to somebody, I am loyal. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
can't stand to see them hurt. And if I think I can say something or get something across, I'm going to say it. But
Yeah, and try to get, you know, other people to see that person's side and vice versa. But
you
most of
try
the
to do
time,
it calmly.
yeah, most of the time for me, that just makes it worse in
Yeah.
my just for because I don't know, I'm not very good at it. Because then, like right at that moment, I might be mad too, and I'm not gonna be, you know what I mean? I'm not gonna be getting done when I'm trying to get done.
No,
That's
and
all.
then you get done and you say, God, I should have said it this way or I should have done it that way. And
Thank you, mac and cheese.
yeah, mac and cheese. Yeah, that was a great community post. That really was.
Yeah, I told too, like, and because I've seen a lot of people that support me, which when they heard her say that, I'm sure it, bothered them. I know it did, and they didn't. Not everybody knew that she had apologized to me for it, and she was like,
Right.
before this gets blown out of proportion, I want to tell you what happened, and she told me. So I respect that completely. And like I said, like I've made so many fucking mistakes in my life. Like I'm so fucking far from perfect. I have to forgive people. It's not always easy. Not even in this situation, just in life in general.
Right.
It's better for me, for myself.
Right. And I think that there's a situation going on right now where I have friends on both sides of it
Mhm.
that I don't want to hurt my friends that don't agree with me on that one person. So I have sat back and not said some things I could have said or done things I could have done. Because I don't want to hurt my friends. So I've kind of
Angel.
take that into motion.
Well, listen, on YouTube, I'll tell you, not everybody you like is going to get along with everybody else you like.
That's
It's
right.
just
So you have to take a deep breath.
Yep, it's just the way of
for.
the world. And I'm just using you for an example, right? But say that you deeply dislike somebody, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, say tomorrow that I start being friends with somebody that dislikes or is fighting with one of my other friends. That doesn't change my friendship with that person. And you
Right.
really have to be that way on YouTube because you're going to run yourself crazy, especially if you don't want to hurt other people. I know though that it's hard. It's hard to navigate. But if you just know to yourself, you're going to be loyal to both of them. You're not going to talk shit about one to the other.
Right.
You're not going to get in the middle. You have to know that. That's it. I don't think it would be cool if that person was berating your friend in public.
No.
Over to still then support them.
I don't want to do this on your channel, but I'm going to talk about it later.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. I don't know your situation at all, but if I do feel that way too. Like if somebody that I'm close to or I care about, if somebody else is like bashing them or talking about them, that would be an impossible situation for me because I wouldn't support them. Like say there was somebody, I'll use Diane for an example because, Diane has a channel besides me and you. So if somebody was going live bashing Diane,
oh, yeah.
I wouldn't I wouldn't go live and, fight or fight for, but what I would do is that I would not support them in especially in public at all, like, or private, if they were gonna be treating my friend that way, but if they just didn't like each other,
that's one
there's
thing.
nothing you can do about that. Yeah.
Figure skating coach, I know you did, and you were one of the reasons why I haven't said any more than I've said until last night. So Because I had so much respect for figure skating coach. And I know she was trying to walk a line and try to, not get caught
Listen.
on either side. She was being
Yep.
effective on all sides. And I didn't think it would be fair. That's kind of like when you have a friend that says you can be friends with them or me. And they give you the ultimatum of friendship.
Mhm.
The person that issues me the ultimatum is out.
Yep.
Is out.
Yep.
And that's kind of how I made that decision on that one person. And if anybody, if they don't, I have friends that are with her. If they don't talk to me anymore, that's fine. That's them. I can't control that.
Yeah. Like I've been friends with Ash this whole time. I'm going to use you as an example, Ash. Ash has, supported people that I don't support or hadn't or whatever. That has nothing to do with me. As long as me and Ash are good, that's all I care about. I'm not going to go to anybody else and say, don't talk to this person or that person or this person or that person. Never.
Right.
It's not going to happen. So I don't.
And
180, I do agree with you. Okay, I do. And I personally, I love Marianne to death. I always have. I think that she has gotten a shitty end of a stick. And I don't care what anybody says. Anybody can disagree with me. I've seen it, how it played out from the beginning till now.
Yep.
However, last night, Laura did say, I'm not saying she would have done it. Okay. But Laura said she would put the sword down and stop talking about everybody. Marianne didn't agree to that. That's why I wish that Marianne would have agreed to that. Just me personally, because everybody wants to see.
I'm going to tell you what happened. And I'm not speaking for Starlight at all because I haven't talked to her since last night. I didn't catch all this.
I haven't either.
But I'm going to tell you, I have been in that position where she said that to me. And what you're sitting there thinking, okay, I could do it for myself. You know what I mean? I can take responsibility for myself, but I can't. I'm not responsible for these other 1,000 people out here that may choose to talk about you.
Right. Yeah.
But what Laura wants is somebody that can say, and I'm not this isn't a bash to Laura. I think this is what she really wants. Somebody that can say, okay, take that deal, and then can convince everybody to not say a word.
Well, Marianne can't do that.
Can't do that.
Marianne can't do that. Marianne's only responsible for Marianne, and that's it. I'm just saying, I totally understand why Marianne feels the way she does. She can do whatever she wants till the end of time, and I'm always going to support her. Okay.
Right.
That's just the way that it is.
That's
totally get it. But I hate seeing her being blamed for shit that I know she had no part of. I hate hearing stories back the way that they didn't fucking happen. That's all I'm saying.
Flat out lie.
There could be a possibility that wouldn't happen anymore. And Marianne didn't take her up on it to see. And I totally get it. That's her decision, and I back it 100%. I'm just saying, I wish for Marianne's sake she would have done that. That's all. But I totally understand why she didn't. Not saying if I was in Marianne's shoes, I would have done anything different. I'm not. I haven't dealt with this shit this whole time,
I would be willing to say the first thing would be going through your mind would be like what went through mine. And I don't know that it went through Marianne's. I don't know. But wait a minute. I can maybe make a deal for myself, but I can't make it for everybody.
And she could not. And but what Marianne said was that she don't like to see people that she cares about, like the way that I feel about her right now, and why I'm saying what I'm saying, right? She feels that way about other people that might be in the crossfires or whatever, the crosshairs. So that's why she said that she could. So pretty much she's putting herself in the crossfires so other people won't have to. That's the way that I took it, which like I said, I understand if that's her decision, support her 100%. I just hate to see this continue to happen to her personally, for my own selfish reasons, because I care about her.
Me too.
She was being honest, Mayor. Absolutely. And unlike the other way that it could have went was agree, and then You know, like the peace treaty. The peace treaty didn't last.
Right.
I know what happened to break the peace treaty, but we're never going to agree on that. There's no reason to talk about it. Laura feels one way about it. Marianne feels one way about it. I feel one way about it. We're never going to agree about it. It's like two parallel universes, right? It's literally never going to be. The people that disagree with Laura are never going to agree with her. There are, I don't know how to say it. It's like two different realities. So all I'm saying
is that's what I've come to decide it is, two separate realities. Oh, okay. And that's exactly what it is. And I come to say, okay, because there are go to Laura's that I do like. I just, but I know that they can't, and they come to me, but you can't. They have one reality they live with. I
want everybody that goes anywhere to feel I don't want anybody to feel uncomfortable and attacked when they come in my chat, because I don't like when the people that support me get treated that way in other chats. So I'm not going to be a hypocrite and turn around and treat other people that same way in my chat.
1000%. And I know that Laura said the other day something about in my chats being threatened and whatnot. I still want to see those receipts, because I had some great mods from all over the community, and that I know it doesn't happen. I've had to go back.
A lot of things are hearsay and secondhand. That's what happens on YouTube. Is like, say tomorrow, somebody runs to you and they're like, Marsha, and then they say, hey, Stephanie said blah 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 blah. You can do one of two things. You could come to me and ask me.
Right.
You can ask for proof, or you can talk about it on a live stream and be pissed off.
Right. For content.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
So
I agree.
We just go about things differently, than other people. That's all.
And it's okay. They can look at it differently. It becomes different when what really has messed us up lately is the accusations and accusations. Listen, accusations about certain events that happened when those accusations were so misplaced. And I mean, I don't know if she will ever know who made the call on her. I know who I think made the call on her. In my opinion, is a pretty common opinion to everyone but her. And I've talked to her about it on panels. I mean, she knows how I feel. That we've got to where we can at least sit on a panel and not scream at each other.
Yeah. And I do think that it should just, me personally, I think for everybody's like their own mental, and maybe other people don't care. Like, maybe it doesn't bother Marianne like it would if I was in that situation, maybe it doesn't bother her. It bothers me for her, but that's different. Yes. But yeah, I think that I wish that everybody could at least be cordial. And I think most people are able to be cordial, but there's a couple of people that have either been doxxed or been personally hurt, and it's never going to be
fixed,
apologized for or fixed or even listened to or cared about. And the people that feel that way, they're entitled to feel that way, and nobody can change that for them.
No. And I think Starlight's deeply hurt.
Of course.
And like you said, she's been accused of so many things, and yet there's never any proof of why she's being accused.
She got accused of calling the cops on herself.
Yeah.
I don't remember who said that. Laura said that, Marissa said it. I don't remember. Anyway, somebody said that she called the cops on herself, and ever since that happened, it's been used against her instead of being like, let's come together and see who's doing this to everyone. Like I feel like that's the way it should be looked at.
And here's the deal, and you hit on this a little bit ago. Regardless of what Marissa may have said about Starlight, they've worked it out. They're okay.
Absolutely, 100%.
Why do people feel the need to continuously throw stuff up from 8, 9, 12 months ago?
Absolutely. And I think that if that's what I'm trying to say, that, you know, she's probably not always going to feel the way she does. Right now, she thinks she does. And Laura thinks she is going to. But they're probably not always going to feel the way that they feel right now. They just have really raw emotions, and there's no coming to common ground right now.
Right.
You know, Marianne's not ready. Laura's not ready. They don't have to be.
Right.
But, you know, her and Marissa are perfectly fine. That was between them, and
That's
they did work it out. So I do think eventually maybe that this will be, you know, a thing of the past, and it won't be so raw and hurt feelings involved, you know?
Well, we can hope. For Marianne, I hope that it does. I think that I'm just going to say it, makeup monster situation has really hurt her. Maybe even more than Laura. And
180. Listen, Mandy was hurt too. I know nobody wants to admit it, but Mandy was a victim of Oni as well. That's just the truth.
I mean, I've said it, I know I've said that too. I know it's not a popular position, but she was.
Yep. It happened. She didn't deserve it. You know, nobody deserved it, and nobody knew at the time. So I get why she is probably hurt as well.
If I could give Mandy any advice, and I don't know her like that, I really don't, is that you realize that I think most people say, okay, Oni did do it to her, you know? And yeah, she was accused of a lot of the things that Oni did. But people know that now. You know what I'm saying? So don't keep doing it over and over and over again now, because people know what he did. Well, let me correct myself. We know most of what he did, because yesterday we found out about the dogs and the telephone 800 numbers and trying to get people to buy kits to start at home jobs and things like that. Who would ever thought that? This guy missed out a trick in the scam in the book.
What's that? I don't know anything about all that. Tell us about that.
I think it's Kay Smalls did a video, and it's in there, and I can't, it's detailed. She's got it, all the details in there, where she looked up his phone number, you know what I'm saying? And
yeah.
Then that phone number is attached to several different kinds of scams. She doesn't say he did it.
I seen her video. I wasn't sure what it meant, and I hadn't had time to
I had to look at it a couple of times to figure it out, and then I said, oh my God. Because she doesn't say he did it. She can't, right? She can just say that this was his number.
These are the facts.
This number was attached to this.
You guys, I'm getting Kay Smalls' channel. Actually, I'll get the video from her channel, and I'll share the link in the chat so you guys can look at it.
Yeah.
What Mark is talking about.
Pugs is right. Fact. He is a professional scammer. He is a total professional scammer.
He's absolute. There's no way that he is not 100% used to this if he was already pre-calculating 8 months ago. 8 months ago.
And what happened is he did, somebody had it in chat earlier, and I can't remember who said it, but he flat out got too big for his britches, as every con man does. That's every grifter, every con man does that. They eventually take on a con they can't handle. And he had so many irons in the fire trying to keep everybody separate. You know,
if it weren't for Jay, he would have gotten away with it. Maybe.
He would have. If she had never heard her name that night in that call. It's that simple. The night that he got, I was already thinking it. And then when he showed up in Laura's chat, the CPS call, I thought, my God, he's there again. Because he was everywhere something was happening. Everywhere. And I'm not stupid, but I'm not no great mastermind either. I just know people. I know how people operate. Mm-hmm. And then when I heard that he'd been swatted, I thought, my confirmation. Then I heard the call. because I think Lexi or somebody got the call and gave it to Jay, and she played it. As soon as we all heard his voice, 2 seconds in, it's him. And this was not the official one. This was the Broadcastify, and it didn't beep out any names. And that's where Jay for Justice heard her name. If she had not heard her name, if she'd not caught that, she said, wait a minute.
Oh, okay. So that's how she knew. I never knew how she knew. Okay. That makes so much sense.
Because I can remember the name of her stream, and the Oscar goes to. And it was a reaction video. I don't think she ever thought she would find that. You know what I mean? At that time, anyway.
Of course not. In a million years, you couldn't imagine that's what you're going to hear until you hear it. Even like Marianne's call, when I listened to it, I didn't think I would ever be shocked by Oni again. I was.
Yeah.
I never thought in a million years that
I hurt her children. Oh. If he'd been in front of me,
I hope you're doing good.
Just nauseating. And what he doesn't realize he played with, he literally, he was playing with people for money, what he was doing. But what he literally played with was people's lives. Because just like with the makeup monster, what if she had not gone? We were there. We were all there that night. Yep. And she was going to go get her ice cream. And she heard somebody knocking at the door. We all heard it.
Yeah, she didn't hear it before that because she had headphones in both of her ears while she was on her live.
Exactly. And what if she hadn't gone down? They'd kicked in, and her dog, who she loves dearly, would have jumped in.
This is a fair point that Purple Vomit has. Makeup Mops MM wants others to fight her fights, but doesn't want to fight for others. She has no proof that MGL was involved, only suspicions. She was doxxed by MGL. Okay, but Hello Starlight, HS was doxxed by Keck every other live. I don't know how many times. I know for sure I did not know Marianne's last name at all. Never knew it, never heard it. Because listen, I don't know. That's why I was listening to Diane's live stream last night, and they were talking about that Laura's husband's name was being put in the chat. I wouldn't know if I seen it to block it as a mod. I would have no clue. Anyways, the only reason I knew Marianne's name was because I heard it on Laura's live stream. That happened. That's a part of history. That is a thing. And from what I remember, Marissa has apologized a lot of times for showing Leanna's phone number, and which that was shitty that she showed it, but she said it was an accident, and she did apologize multiple times. I don't know how many. I don't know if it. I don't know.
No, you're right. It's not like she kept accidentally showing something or putting it in the titles or descriptions of her videos. Right. Like has happened to Starlight. She did it. Yeah, okay. She apologized, and either you can accept it or not. Now, I thought Makeup Mobster had accepted it. But if she didn't, that's okay. She doesn't have to. You don't have to accept someone's apology.
No.
Just because they make it. And that's her issue. That's not mine. But I think that what happens is happening to Starlight is so on such a grander scale than what happened to how she doxed Makeup Mobster.
Yeah,
seriously.
It's being portrayed that Marianne, like that, Laura gets attacked all the time. And here's the thing that the people that she talks about, most of them don't have a platform. It
doesn't.
So then you hear what she has to say, but you don't get to hear what they have to say, and nobody can follow every little thing along. So you're gonna. But I know for me personally that Marianne, her name was doxxed to me, on Laura's platform. I don't know if it was an accident or not, but I don't think she's ever apologized for it. I don't know if she said it was an accident, but I don't think she's ever apologized for that, because I did bring it up to her in chat once because she was going on about Brian, and, Brian had doxed something or something. I don't, even know what the story was. But anyway, she was mad at Brian, something about doxing. Okay.
Uh-huh.
And I said to her, have you ever apologized to Marianne? Because you did dox Marianne's name. Like, you're the one that did that. And she was like, are you fucking kidding me? That's, blah, blah, blah. So she got mad at me
Look
about
at
it.
what
But
they have done to me.
I'll never feel differently about that. That is the truth of what happened. Whether she, like I said, she's angry and hurt and blah, blah, blah. And, she says she doesn't remember what she says when she gets angry, which, I know people that are truly like that. But then if you can go back and watch and you said something that you didn't mean when you were angry or dox somebody on accident, you should apologize for it.
Well, if it's not, that is if it's an accident.
Even if it's not.
You should, but she's not.
No, I know. That's what I'm saying, because I don't remember. There was a video that Brian made or something about Brian. She was mad at Brian. And, I said that to her because to me, it was equal. Like, you're saying this to Brian, and I don't even know if Brian did what she said or whatever. I don't know anything about it. But anyways, and I said that, and she didn't want to hear it. So there's no.
And
about it.
Makeup Mobster she doesn't want to forgive MGL. That's fine. That's no problem. You know what I mean? There are people that I don't talk to here. You know what I'm saying? That I just don't like. That's fine. I don't interact with them. And there are people who don't like me. They don't interact with me. That's fine.
Mm-hmm.
But you can't sit back and say to somebody, say not just to somebody, oh, y'all are all so stupid because you can't see what MGL's done. But yet, we're supposed to accept everything we know that Keck did or Laura did. So I don't get that double standard.
I don't either. I honestly do not understand that at all. Like, it should be both ways. I'm personally willing to get over anything from anybody, almost anything from anybody.
Right.
If they're sincere and they're sorry and they're not going to continue those behaviors in the future. That's just how I feel about life in general. Because I'm fucking far from fucking perfect.
Lord, me too.
Jesus, I needed Jesus to get through my life. So, and Jesus is a very forgiving person. So I just feel like that it's better for yourself to forgive people, man. It really is. I know people don't want to hear it because they're mad and they're angry. I totally get it, emotional, but it's not good for yourself.
Well, and like I was saying, the people that I don't interact with, I just don't interact with. I'm not angry at them. I just, say, okay, well, this person isn't for me, and that's it. I don't interact, so they don't interact with me if there's people out there that don't like me, and that's okay.
Exactly.
There's nothing wrong with that. No, Marianne's not going to go away. She shouldn't have to. Because here's the thing. Even if Marianne said, that's it, I'm done, I'm off the YouTubes, no more, I'm done, I quit, it'd just be somebody else.
I mean, there's no reason for
Marianne is not wrong of everything.
No, I would debate anybody about what they think, because I'm not saying Marianne's fucking perfect. She's not perfect. None of us are perfect. But I am saying that she has had to deal with, in my opinion, a lot of fucking shit that nobody else understands unless, you have had to deal with what only did to her. I
agree. I agree.
It's always.
And I think that a lot of people cannot get their head around. People are starting to. Exactly what all only did. We need a whiteboard. I say this all the time.
Right.
Because they can't
so
really.
Much.
I know, and that one night on Science Girl, Kay Smalls was, and Kay Smalls was up there, Laura was up there, I can't remember who. And we were talking, and we were kind of sort of answering each other's questions, trying to put it together. And when you start saying it, and then I did a live where I put it together and said it was like, and as I was saying, I'm going, oh my God, how did he do this and nobody know? He was the perfect grifter who looked at the happy, jovial, funny fella.
Marcia, think about it like this. Okay. You know, they were all friends and they talked to each other like pretty much every day. I don't know how close him and Science Girl were back then, but he knew that she felt like she was getting the blame and that people were blaming her. He knew, he had to know that. I
Sure.
knew that, you know,
I knew that.
and he was talking to her, I'm sure, or at least talking to her friends and comforting her, I'm sure, at the same time that he's the one that did it to her.
Right.
Like it's so sick. I can't even. It's so sick.
And I know that Makeup Monster said last night, my theory is that, you know, why would he swat her? He didn't like her, number one. We know that
Why
now.
would he swat Marianne? What was her reasoning for why he would swat Marianne? If she, what I'm saying is, if she was saying that he had no reason to swat her, what was his reason to swat Marianne?
Okay, Barbie doesn't like Brian. We know that, right?
Okay.
Brian was on her panel that night.
Okay.
I think he did things for those stupid reasons.
Well, here's the thing.
Everything he couldn't have sat back and said, okay, on this date, such and such is going to happen, and then I'm going to do this. You know what I mean?
Right.
He had some play in the game, like the Mandy one. And I'm saying the Mandy one. He was convinced she was going to talk about Jay for justice, and he was going to protect Jay.
He did it for Jay, and Jay didn't know. His MO is
come up, but you know.
Yeah, his MO is to do it for somebody, and then you know, he told Jay, and I'm sure Jay at the time was like, "What the fuck?" Because she was going to be obviously the one that gets blamed. Who else is going to get blamed? Like if you're going to call the cops for your friend, and that person's talking about your friend's going to get blamed, which is I think what he wanted at the time, anyways. But Jay didn't know that. Jay thought that he was her friend, you know, like he actually cared. But
I agree, Clary.
Makeup Mobster was talking about Marissa that night. So like he would have just called for Marissa.
Bingo.
Not for Marissa, but you know what I mean? Because
on behalf of Marissa.
There you go. Yeah.
On behalf of Marissa.
Just like I think he called on Marianne on behalf of Barbie, not that Barbie knew.
Right.
You know.
Not Barbie knew what he was going to do.
No, I think ultimately he wanted Barbie isolated. This is just my opinion, allegedly. I think he wanted Barbie isolated. He wanted Kim isolated, and then he wanted to get rid of Kim and just have Barbie to himself. That's what I think, because he put Science Girl, Marissa, Laura, and Potty Mouth all on those text messages way back then, and was their friend for 7 months after that. Consoled them for 7 months after that. Ending to be there for them every day for 7 months after that. Hey, Quinny, like,
that's right.
If you don't think that he's going to pretend to be your friend and then call CPS on you, or pretend to be your friend and call the police on you, he's already done it.
So many
for months and months. Like, that's why I personally respect Science Girl so fucking much, because she was on those text messages. She was, you know, people pointed the finger at her.
Oh,
and she doesn't hold that against anybody else. She holds it against Oni, because she knows that he's the one that let her take the fall. He's the one that made the calls, you know, like she's gotten over the fact that that was on my channel, and, you know, I showed the text messages or whatever they were. I think they were text messages.
Yeah.
But she has totally gotten over that, and we're all great. Like, I think that Science Girl is a really fucking solid person. And the way that she stood by her friend, the way that she stood by Marissa when people were like, you know, giving Marissa hell, that's a good fucking friend right there. You don't find a better friend.
No. Click Clary's statement there. Her post, Stephanie.
Okay.
Starts with one time obey. But
let me get back to StreamYard. Clary. Okay, it says, one time Oni emailed me rude as fuck emails, doxing polyester jumpers, and telling me he was going to have Barbie send her 12 lawyers after me. See, I'm telling you guys.
The FBI agent. I'd put money on it.
I bet there's so many other like emails and messages and people that he's reached out to that they haven't even put two and two together that it was actually Oni. You know what I mean? If anybody that can hear the sound of my voice, if you've gotten spoofed emails, spoofed text messages, or, you know, any of those like gorilla mail things or anything like that, I guarantee you that shit came from Oni. He was trying to make the whole community implode. I don't know what else to say. Maybe he was trying to manufacture drama and he was going to start covering it. I don't know what he was doing, but he was deflecting from him calling the cops. I know that for sure.
I know, figure skating coach. I feel so bad for you. I feel so bad.
Thinking, holy fuck, never did. See, look what Potty Mouth just said. That's another reason I love her to death.
Exactly. Potty Mouth.
Like she could have hated us forever, and she would have had every friggin' right to, right?
Well, you know what? Potty Mouth and I have kind of a joke because my pets, when I was talking about this, I say, and look at Potty Mouth Mama and I blamed her for everything under the sun. She did everything. But we're friends.
Potty Mouth was a good person. I really did. But, you know, I believe those text messages.
We lost. We can't hardly hear you.
Sorry, I walked too good to soda. I always liked Potty Mouth, but I believed the text messages at the time. I didn't think they were fake, you know? But then, no, I didn't know that they were real, but they did make me think, well, you know.
But we didn't know it was him that faked it.
Hell no. No.
And that's the thing about it. And just like with a makeup mobster, that night he did it because she was going for Marissa. And then later on, of course, she gave him the ammunition, all the ammunition they ever needed, when she admitted that she looked up Imad's house. And she admitted that on Diane's channel. That's where I got it. I didn't know it before then because I wasn't in their circle.
Look, Clary just said pugs. No, this was weeks after I had spoke to Barbie and she apologized to me.
Yeah. See, it wasn't at the same time.
There were so many people mad at Barbie, mad at Kim, mad at whatever, and the whole time.
and like it came out, you know, who's to say that he was trying to build a bubble around Barbie and Kim. Barbie and Kim, so that nobody could get to him. And if he thought they were getting too close, he'd do something. Makeup Lovin's been great. It's like I say, it's a master class. Hey, Uber Goober, my girl.
Oh, I don't know. It's so hard. Okay, Kimmy C says, hold on. Let's see if I can find it. Where'd it go?
Terrible for believing those texts are real and blaming mouth science girl. I do too.
I feel terrible forever, you know, that any of them that didn't do it got blamed instead of the person who did it. Listen, at the end of the day, this is just my personal beliefs. Even if he did come out and tell somebody after the fact, like he did to Jay, nobody is responsible for picking up that motherfucking phone but phony Oni, period. He is a grown-ass motherfucking man, allegedly. And he picked up the phone and he called. Even if somebody asked him to, would you type a 1 in chat if you'd call the cops on somebody over YouTube words because they asked you to? Nobody's going to do that.
No, they're not. I agree, Ash. Lasting damage. He put up so many walls between.
There you go, Ash. That's exactly
how it's a little easier, kind of, sort of, for people like me. And there was somebody else talking about being an outsider and looking in. Because I knew people, you know what I mean? I knew everybody. Mm-hmm. Going to different chats. So you're outside and you're watching this and you go, but yet I don't know you that well. I don't know Starlight, don't know Molly, don't know Makeup Mobster that well. to sit there and say, oh, well, can't you see this? You know what I mean?
I don't either, Quinny, at all. I do not think anyone asked him. I think because 8 months ago he did it and let them all take the fall from then on. Do you think that if they knew he did, listen, chat, if any of them, his friends, knew that he's the one that called the cops, okay? Do you think even if they told him or anything, do you think they're going to sit and have the fingers pointed at them over and over and over for months? They were getting blamed. Do you not think that a potty mouth would have come out and been like, or Science Girl would have been like, hello, what are you doing?
Hey, Mary.
I just don't think that he would, that is even a possibility. And another time was when Marissa was on the phone on Diane's panel, and Oni called her and she answered, right? The time he confessed or whatever.
Yeah.
At that moment, she was like berating him, like, Oni, I can't believe this. Blah, 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 blah. She was going off on him. Do you not think at that moment he would have been like, bitch?
Yep.
Whatever. You knew or whatever. He didn't say that.
Nope. I would like to know, the night he called on her. You remember they were so worried about. Oh, no, Mary, I'm sorry, babe. Remember that night he called on her because he was worried she'd taken an overdose of pills or whatever, right?
Yeah. He even called the cops on her.
Yeah. I wonder if I haven't asked Marissa because none of my business, and I'm sure if it, something was there. I wonder what happened between them before that happened.
He probably wanted, because I know she was upset or whatever, because remember Science Girl was on the panel and she said that she was upset.
Yeah, she was.
He was probably trying to be her like knight in shining armor, because I do feel like that's what because the night that the cops came to Marianne's house, in Marianne's chat, a fake Barbie account came in.
Yeah, I think he was a lot of those fake Barbie accounts.
Yeah. And Brian was talking back and forth to it, right? And then Oni came in to say that wasn't really her. And then she came in to be like, that wasn't really me. I think that's how it went, right? But that, I'm convinced, was him in the beginning. So then he can turn around and say to her, right?
Yeah.
I'm taking up for you. I'm your friend. I'm doing things for you. I'm defending you. Because if he was going to let Science Girl take the fall while on this at the same time for months and months and months and months and months, I just don't make it up. Months and months and months of being her friend and her defending him. Could you imagine letting somebody get up and defend you when everybody else is against you, when you let them get blamed and you knew you're the one that made the call?
See,
imagine.
I know. Go back. This is what, and I've said this before. I'm saying it now. I may not even have to say it again tonight or ever again. The night that, because I don't remember what was going on. I don't think even anything was really going on, to be honest with you. That suddenly Science Girl and Marissa go up with Oni, and they're going to defend Oni. And they did. They defended him with everything they had. You know what I mean? He didn't do this.
They were his friends.
They're doing, even repeating lies he had told them. And
they thought they could trust him.
Exactly.
I still trusted him with her bank stuff.
I know.
She really trusted him.
Yes. And
so gross,
people in the chat were like, yeah, we felt bad for Oni because he was doing his acting. At the time, we had no clue what was going on. But at the same time, people were going, because some of these stories were so outlandish. If you had told your best friend these stories, your best friend would never have told anybody else. You know what I'm saying? So,
yes.
And I'm not going to say anything about what they are, but they were so outlandish. You would not have told that story. Your best friend would never tell that story. So,
but it was lies that he made up to tell all the friend group. And say if he was making up a lie about Marissa, he would go to Jay and tell Jay that lie. He would go to John and tell John that lie. He would go to Science Girl and tell Science, So then they all thought they had something one up on Marissa when it really wasn't even real, right? And then he would do the same thing about Science Girl or all of them. He was super calculated.
Yeah, none of it was even real. And then he had Marissa back up on Benny G's panel defending him when Michelle K called him the F word, which she should not have done. And one thing or another, she apologized. That's between them.
Right.
And that was before John came out. And when John came out, what he said, I never believed that John ever called him that word. I will
Right.
not believe
Right.
that. Ever, never,
Right.
ever, never. And I think that he was so used to his little lies working with people. But what his downfall was, he just like I said, they always get to a point in their con where the con is too big. He's like a chessboard and he had too many pieces on it moving around.
And that's probably why John is hurt still, because
Sure.
they did believe Oni over him, you know,
Yeah.
initially, because they did. They thought Oni was telling the truth, that John said blah, blah, blah. When all the while, Oni was trying to make an excuse for the shitty things that he had said.
And I think that the F word, what was convenient for him was the fact that happened right with that Michelle K on Benny's panel, happened right before John came out saying what he said. So that gave him the idea, oh, well, I'll just say that John did it.
Wow.
See?
I didn't know that.
If you sit out and you look at these things, you're going, what?
And
sorry, my button and something was going to do something, but I'm not going to let it.
Lying like that about that kind of thing, like, takes away from people that have to deal with that all the time, you know?
Exactly.
Like, oh, it's so
bothers me and my grandchildren.
He was desperate, you know, and that's
he had to have seen it crumbling. I don't see how he could have possibly thought for a second he was going to pull this out.
Well, he knew what he had said to John.
His husband.
He knew what he had said to John. He knew that John wasn't going to sit and take it, you know, so he had to try to get ahead of it. So he told them, you know, that John said the F word to him, which was absolutely just fabricated out of thin air.
Not gonna do
Never even happened. And, you know, they believed it. That's the unfortunate part.
I agree, Ash. I think that he's behind those sarcasm trolls. I think that he that were vile. I think he's behind those and the Barbie ones.
Yeah, like a lot of other people, you know, we're all assholes sometimes.
Yeah.
There's not many people that think on the level that he does. He's on a whole different playing field than 99% of the people that have channels and that are in the chats. I don't even think
he would have to be. And here's the thing that I think a lot of people forget about him. He did this before, folks. He did this on Periscope.
I would say he's done it before that.
Oh, I bet he had to have. And he'll move on and try it somewhere else.
Absolutely.
I believe personally he's behind my death threat because I don't keep my mouth shut.
And thank God for.
I know Laura would do it, and I don't think anybody in our chat would do it.
He, you know, he just made that one mistake. He friggin' used Jay's name to call the cops on himself. That was his trip up, and then
bingo,
it was off to the races after that.
And they always screw up.
Yeah, of course. If you're gonna do shitty shit like that to people, especially like criminal activity over words, Oni.
Yes.
Words. Literal fucking words.
Well, it was words to us. To him, it was his income.
Right. True. But it wasn't about him, though. Ever. Nobody ever talked about Oni. That's the weirdest part of the whole situation. Hey, Robin. It was never about Oni. He was doing it. I don't know.
That was his income. Uber, the FBI I have an agent assigned to my case, and other people have gone to the police and stuff. So
yeah, I know that, you know, it's being taken care of. I don't know what's gonna come out of it in the end, but at the very least, everybody, at least in these communities, know. I am going to figure out how to go on DLive and at least play the calls. I'm sure Jay has already played hers. I think she does stream both. And if she may have already done both because she replayed Marianne's, so it might already be on DLive. I'm not sure, but
Well,
with
he
him
did
or
mess up
Delilah.
in another place though, Stephanie, as I'm sitting here thinking about it. He messed up with us on YouTube. The immediate one was when he used Jay's real name, which I wouldn't have known if I'd heard it because I didn't know her name. You know what I mean?
Right.
If I heard that on your channel, I would have gone, I don't know that person, right?
Yep.
So the fact that she accidentally heard it, that was divine intervention, to be honest.
It was meant to happen. That shit's gonna
Right.
bite you eventually.
But the other place he screwed up was with Barbie and Kim. And Kim in particular, I'm not saying he didn't take advantage of Barbie, he did horribly. But Kim's in the hospital with blood clots. And he sends that letter to her that her husband gets or whatever. Then he has the nerve, the balls or whatever, to send a letter to the husband saying that he can stop all this drama for Kim and reduce her stress. See, that was like I can't believe he thought he was that arrogant that an educated man wouldn't see immediately through that letter. Hell,
But
any
you
man
know
wouldn't do that
the
letter.
sick part is he could have stopped all the drama for Kim
Yeah, he could have.
because he was making all the drama for Kim.
That's right.
That's the
exactly
crazy part.
right.
Hey, Dana.
That's exactly right. Because when she came into my chat that morning and said that, about being in the hospital and one thing and another, and that was her talking. It was her legit account because I checked it. I mean,
Right.
Sadly, nowadays you have to. But if he hadn't have done that, and the thing is, if he had just listened to them, let them shut it down, and he could have walked on and kept scamming everybody else. But no, he had to convince his two friends to go up on a stupid live that even they wish they'd never done now, and slam Barbie and Kim and their husbands. Slander them, actually.
He knows that Barbie and Kim don't like to be talked about.
Right.
They don't like to be, in the middle of drama. So he went up there and tried to pretend like he had all this stuff and he was going to out them and, hey, Persian princess, like he was trying to say he had things over their head, but he didn't have anything. That's where he went wrong.
Yeah. Hey, Persian. That's exactly right. Because they had, the husbands, the wives knew everything at that point. So, he couldn't hold nothing over them. You're right. The only people he could hold anything over were the people over here. And then he screwed the two people who would have helped him or tried to help him the most.
Right.
Screwed the pooch, what he did. Jumped the shark, screwed the pooch, all those terms.
What the most he had maybe was text messages of them talking shit back and forth. But he was supposed to be their best fucking friend.
Right.
That would have just made him look worse anyways, if he would have showed something like that. And
because he did that little bit, and then he put his name in I think you're right. I think he slipped up when he said her real name. I think it was a slip up. I don't think if he didn't catch it.
What did he think? Did he think Kim was going to be like okay with him like contacting her husband? And
I don't know. Kim.
That's weird. Oh, that's weird.
I don't know. And the only conversations I ever had with Barbie, it wasn't conversation. It was just in comments. She came up on my panel and somebody said, how she doesn't like to be talked about on the internet. They said it in my comments. And I said, well, it's kind of hard to do when you're on a public platform, people talk about everything around you. And then she said, no, she answered me and she said, no, she said, I just don't want to be torn between my friends, Marissa and Laura.
Mm-hmm. I think that's what.
And that was her account.
Yeah. What I ever got from Barbie in private, she just don't want people to fight. That's what I've always gotten.
Well, that's the way I kind of understand her too. I've got no problems with her or Kim. That's not my issue. And now nobody really should because, listen, he couldn't tell anybody what he was really doing except for the people right there with him, Aaron and his mother.
Ash.
He had to have known.
just from what I know, it was just from what she was told by him. That's my perspective of it. Like, he would say, they're talking about you. This has happened. Blah, 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 blah. Like, he was trying to control her. So then he could turn around and be like, oh, I'm defending you, or I'll help you, or you need me.
Ash, I do think she liked the drama. I mean, we all kind of like the drama, but I mean, I don't think she really realized what he was doing with her name. I really don't think she realized what he was doing with her name.
She didn't know that. She didn't know that.
I mean, there's one thing, we're all in the drama and our names are all over everywhere at some point, you know?
Mm-hmm.
That's just the way it's going to be when you're in drama. But I think that I just really don't think that he
is a criminal, Dana.
He's a criminal. Yeah, he is.
After I heard what he said on Marianne's call, I was like, wow.
Oh, God. And then it just keeps coming. Like I said yesterday with the new information and
yeah. Oh, there's more. There's so much.
There's more coming. Mm-hmm. There's more coming. There's more people to come out.
There's 7 months, 8 months now worth of, because it was 8 months ago when those, okay, so probably 9 months, because it was probably like a month or so whenever the cops started getting called and all that stuff. Yeah. So there's 9 months worth of this shit. 9 months of him putting each other against each other, you know, and playing both sides and making this shit worse and trying to cover up his tracks. There's so much. There's so much. I couldn't imagine how many people he's went to in private, and even people that he's went to anonymously, and Pookie, all that.
That Pookie T's going to be on my panel tonight. What he did to her, and she has a lot of insight into things that happen. I think that, you know, to imagine, I mean, she was already in dire straits financially, but then he tells her he's going to help her. And then she finds out, you know, that people sent money and whatnot that she never got. She got $25. It's sickening. Bridget, he took credit for Bridget Parker's work.
I don't know how he could actually sleep at night.
I don't know either.
He obviously doesn't have
from a guilty conscience. I mean, I don't know how he slept at night for keeping everything straight.
That's a good point, but
that's a hell of a whiteboard he's got up.
He obviously does not have much of a conscience to say.
No, I couldn't have done it.
To do what he did, say what he did, and then let his friends get blamed while he's consoling them right alongside, like, fuck out of here.
Yeah, and setting them up. It just, right, Mayor, it's so crazy. It is hard to comprehend. I mean, you couldn't write this in a movie.
Anybody that's watching this, if you haven't heard Marianne's, the call that was made to the cops on her and her children, at Hello Starlight is her channel. Go watch it, listen to it. You'll hear, if you know Oni's voice, you can tell it a mile away. The second I heard it, I was like, whoa, that's Oni, allegedly. Yeah, make sure you listen to that. It is horrible.
Ash, you're right. He duped everyone he knew. And I only saw him on Laura's or Marissa's. I mean, I didn't go to his channel. It is literally mind-boggling what he's done. And he literally two-handedly tore up this community. He did.
That's my
the Marissa Laura breakup, you know, come together and break up. That, you know, so be it. You know, you had this one and that one, and life was going to go on. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But the hate that was stirred up, and he took advantage, in my opinion, of the sarcasm situation. The hate that was stirred up.
Hey, Sally. But like, okay,
Sally,
when that happened between Marissa and Laura, like, she came on my panel, but I didn't talk to Marissa outside of YouTube. And he did, you know, I don't know what they said or what, but he could have been trying to get in and make that situation worse too. Because I know when I was on a private phone call, he was like so angry about Laura. And then he went live while we were still on the phone call about Laura. I don't know if he said her name or not, but he didn't like her. So he would use, I'm not saying he did. I don't know. I didn't talk to any of them outside of YouTube. But I could imagine he would use that situation to his at the time.
I don't know, honey boo boo. Yeah, it was last week. I don't know the name.
Wait, what did she say?
When Mandy Lynn went on Keck's panel. I don't remember the date.
Okay, I got to get back to my regular.
But I can't. Sure, he took advantage of that situation. Sure, he did.
So Alexis P, you talked to him privately too before? Thank God you didn't have to deal with him stealing money from you.
Oh, wow, Alexis. You don't bother anybody.
She's a sweetheart.
See,
I think I've been there 2 times, Ash, that I can remember.
I don't know if it was him. Probably not. But, of course, my head goes there now. Plus, my phone was oddly going nuts. Well, I think that he certainly knew how to use the internet. That's for damn sure. All you got to do was go look at K Small's video. He
I would say he has your phone number.
I agree, Purple. I agree, Purple Vomit. 100%. He would have tried to do anything to have got to be the fundraiser for Sarcasm.
If he has your phone number, I say change your phone number.
Yeah.
Because you remember after the cops came to Marianne's, I think it was on the same live stream. No, that the cops came to Anna's. Laura was saying that her phone was being spammed and she thought it was, somebody from this side, quote unquote. I bet you any amount of money that it was him. If he had her phone number back then, I guarantee you that was him. Neptune
Blue, you are so right. The night of your live, Marsha, with Molly, which is, I don't know if you know about that. Anyhow, I'll tell you in a minute. Okay. Only trying to make peace between her and Laura. Major red flag. I was live or something, and I don't know how it originally started, but Molly didn't have really like a platform. She wanted a platform. Brian and Starlight were on my panel. I mean, it was not like anything planned. And then she came over. And then there was, I'm not getting all the details of it, but there was only had his going there. Molly and Laura were having a difference of opinion. Only jumped up, said he was going to be the one to fix it. He was going to be.
He does that every time. Every time.
He was coming in to white knight it. So you got to remember, I'm not in that circle, so I don't really know these people. You know what I mean?
Right.
I'm just watching. Again, still just watching, going like, what the F is going on here? So he basically, Laura does her thing, and then he literally lets Marissa, his best friend in the world, get slammed. And then I go down there and the chat stack so that I don't have any support. Marissa doesn't have any support. I'm talking to Laura. I leave. I go back to mine. Marissa is crying. She is brokenhearted over what happened. He shows up on my panel, and Brian and Starlight and her telling him, you need to go call Molly. You need to go check on Molly. And it was like, when he finally did leave, it was like, what the fuck just happened? None of it made sense. And what he actually did, in my opinion, is make things, now they may have worked it out later, I don't know, but that night made things worse between Marissa and Laura.
Yep. That was his whole goal. In my opinion, that was his whole goal.
And it was right after that when they had that live protecting him, and then Halloween came. So
right, and then he'll go to him in private. I guarantee you, this is what happens. And then he'll go to him in private, and play the peacemaker, be the one that white knights, everybody gets back along, and like he was creating the same problems that he was fixing. It's weird.
Kiki's right. That was a weird thing that night, Kiki. He was backing Laura, not Molly.
Was that before or after?
Sitting on my panel going, what's going on here?
Was that before or after the CPS call?
Oh, way before it. Way before it.
Okay.
That was back around October, because The three things I remember of seeing him all together was that night with Molly and Laura, the Halloween night, which he was funny and jovial and charming, and then God, when was the next one? But it was way before the CPS call.
Okay. Dana, you all will make up one day. Y'all are just fighting now. You'll make up. You all fought before. I'm eating beef jerky we got last night.
That's right, Kiki. He told Molly to shut up, grow up, change her mouth. Stop, shut up her mouth. And that that Laura could do what she wanted to do.
Wow.
Oh yeah, I took it down because of Marissa. She never asked me, but but I didn't think it was fair because of the shape she ended up in that night. That was the first time we heard "I'll lay my sword down." She literally got her machete off the wall and laid it down. So I think that
Madly Sonny says, I still think it's bizarre that Laura and Molly are friends after all the shit Laura says about her. It makes me wonder if it's manufactured. No, I think it's just
wonder that.
Well, I mean, they both have channels. They both have to be in the same places at the same time. They fight and get back together. I think it's beneficial. It's mutually beneficial for them both to have connection to each other than to completely cut each other off as far as their channels go. It's beneficial for them.
I think
if you have a channel, it's much easier and much better to be in connection with people than to not have any connection at all. If they're channel creators, it's networking. Hey, Stephanie, my love, I'm here, but I'm cleaning my kitchen. Oh, hey, Helen.
Bet you're right. It was weird that we were all like, what the fuck just happened?
But you don't have it up anymore, right?
No, because I'm not going to do it to somebody.
Well, I'm sure that hurt her feelings a lot.
Oh, you would believe it. That's how come I knew that night.
I love you too, Kristen.
Science girl, she was upset because she behaved the same way. So I think that I don't know how much of it's manufactured, like saying this creators like me and Stephanie are going to work together and create a drama tonight. I think that maybe creators do things for content sometimes, but there's a
difference.
That's different.
When people say manufactured drama, it's like I think they're thinking that things are like fake. No, what some people do that have drama channels, and if you have a channel, this is a lot of people do it, but like you'll use something that's really not that big of a deal and you really don't care about it, but you'll pretend like you care about it a whole lot and make a big deal out of it. So you have a show to put on for the people because they want to see you rant and rave about something.
Yeah.
That's manufactured drama because really at the end of the day, it doesn't fucking matter, but they're going to pretend like it matters.
Or they go out and they cause the situation to happen because they know what's going to happen.
Hello,
Tilly. Because then they know what's going to happen. And it happens, and then they're off to the races.
Yeah, Miley Sonny. That's just my perspective of it because, like, say that somebody was in Laura's chat, doxing Marissa, right? And Marissa was blocked from her channel and had no way to contact Laura at all. She couldn't even be like, hey, can you get rid of that? Or something like that. Hey, that's going on. If they had no way to stay in contact. It's much more beneficial to you personally to at least have a open communication.
Right. And I've only had one creator that I know was trying to hush me up behind the scenes and it didn't work. So most of us, if we have an issue, we'll say, well, Martha, you shouldn't have done that, or Stephanie, I wish you'd said this or something. Then life goes on because you don't have any control over anybody else's channel. I don't set out to intentionally hurt people. I don't think anybody really sets out to I don't think most people set out to intentionally hurt people. I think some do.
Well, Kiki says, hold on. Let me read what Kiki said. It says, I do not support any creator who hides their dealings with one another. If you are talking behind the scenes, that's cool, but when you hide it, I have no respect for that. What do you mean by hide it, Kiki? Like, oh, like pretend like you're enemies, but you're really talking. Is that what that means?
Right.
Maybe?
I think I agree with her on that. I think also that
because that's just being disingenuous. I mean, that's no different than lying, really.
That's what she's saying. Yeah, that's what she says. Yeah, that's what she means.
Yeah, I agree with that 100%.
That's right, Neptune Blue. Molly says
happen, though. It does happen. If you think it don't happen, motherfuckers,
it does happen. It does happen. I don't think it happens up here, but it does happen. Yeah, Molly says that she talked to Laura openly. She don't hide it.
I was Dr. Laura's chat, had no way to say anything. At the same time, I didn't draw attention to it. Yeah, see, that's what I'm saying, Ash.
And that's exactly. Wait a minute. Why does he go after women? He could have swatted Brian that night. They were live. Who are you talking about, Mallory Michelle? I
think Brian was on Hello Starlights that night. Oh, you mean instead of Makeup Mobster? I think he would be scared.
I don't think he would mess with Brian.
Yeah, he knows that, you know, I think he's too afraid to do that. Like, he knows that Brian wouldn't take his shit.
I also think, and maybe this is part of what Kiki was talking about too in the manufactured drama, that what actually happens, and I know, and Beck says that yes, it's not cool for subs. And I know it as being a sub because I really look at myself more of a sub than a creator. You know? But
same.
The thinking that it doesn't really matter what the subs think or want, you know, that people are after views and money, and that they don't have any problem using and abusing subs. Like, well, I'm not gonna, but like when people say, you know, subs don't go here, and if you go there, then they'll call you out saying, I saw you over at so-and-so's chat. Why are you over there?
I don't do that to anybody. I can't stand anybody to do that to me. I ain't never going to do that. That's why I don't want anybody to do that when they come in my chat and be like, I seen you in Laura's. Who cares?
And I don't send people out to go out and gather information to come back and tell me stuff. I don't believe in that either. And that's why subs get so angry. I know. Or something happens right in front of you as a sub, you know, like if you're watching a channel that you're really into, something happens right in front of you. You're like, what the hell is this shit? You know, I'm sorry. What the hell is this? You know it's not right. So
yeah.
Yeah, Blue, he wasn't gonna mess with Brian. He didn't like Brian, I'm sure, but he's not, because Barbie didn't. Which, you know, kind of makes you wonder, Brian, we know that Brian and Barbie had a history in Iman. We know that. Wonder how that got all stirred up, folks. Let's think about it.
Oni.
Oni.
Probably. I know there was something about Brian calling Barbie, and then they got into it. But
Iman, yeah, I don't know all that. But
it was much more blown out of proportion than what it needed to be because of him stirring up the whole situation.
I mean, Neptune Blue says, I hate all this their side crap, not the way it works. YouTube works. I have come to hate the word they. Because if one person does something, if I type somewhere Stephanie Brown was kind of bitchy today, right? And then somebody takes it. Stephanie says, Marcia says you were kind of bitchy today. And Stephanie says, that's what they all say. That's what they said. They said you said that I was bitchy. Wrong. That's one person saying something. And that is what just absolutely... Sean wants to know where's the baby puncher. She's here somewhere, Sean.
And here's the thing I will say about the baby punching comment.
Jesus, yes.
I do think that that's looked at biasedly, because just like I'm probably looking at it biasedly from my perspective, but I don't. Okay. Laura says a lot of shit a lot of times. She knows that. She says she gets mad. She goes off.
Yeah.
She says shit. She uses horrible words all the time. If the truth heard Laura say the same thing, I don't think she would be offended by it. I do think it had to do with who said it. It just, there's no way around that.
Right. That's what it was. I get so tired of them going for Ash too. It just kills me. But Ash is a lot like me. She doesn't want people up defending her because she doesn't want them in a line of fire. Hey, Eritrea.
Ash is strong. She can take care of herself.
Yeah,
yes. Hey, I knew one of my friends would be live since we are all live and online 24/7.
Eritrea. And welfare.
I got to get off here.
That was just absolutely stupid. The baby punching thing. Absolutely stupid. And I'm gonna say this, and I know some people aren't gonna like it, but what got me last night, well, I didn't listen to it last night, I listened to it this morning.
Me too.
Was why it wasn't said what happened before that comment was made. That comment wasn't just pulled out of the sky. You know what I mean? It wasn't just pulled out of the sky and said. There was a lot of things that went into it, a lot of other comments that have been made to her, you know, and to Jennifer Lynn, I'm not defending what Jennifer Lynn said because I think she might have gone too far, to be honest with you. But there was reason behind it, you know.
Look, I get emotional and say shit sometimes. Anybody listening to this, if you've never got emotional and said shit you didn't mean, you're fucking lying. You're lying. Purple Vomit, I couldn't fucking agree with you more. I've been saying this for years. Years.
Yes.
People who are lurking, taking screenshots, listen, for me, people are going to say shit everywhere about everything. Unless it's like something that if you're going to have a channel and try to combat everything that's ever said anywhere, that's going to be your whole channel. Is going to be combating everything said against everything everywhere. And the people that bring it to you have an agenda. They are biased as well. You're taking it out of context. If you don't know the context, like it is all to get you riled up, to get you to go after somebody. They're playing you just like
no, you're right. I know, and I know, Ash, talking about somebody super chatting Diane to insult Ash. I wouldn't have took it personally. I would have sent it back.
What did it say?
It spelled something about stupid isn't stupid. What was it exactly, Ash? It was a stupid comment about Ash.
Listen, if anybody listening to this, 200 people listening to this right now, if you wanted to super chat Diane to give money to children and insult me while you do it, please feel free. If you're going to be donating to St. Jude,
Diane, because it goes to the children.
And say whatever you want about me. Give money to the children. That's all I care about.
There you go. And let me correct myself because this month I'm giving all my super chats to a single mother. So I'll take it for her. But after January, I would send it back. I call stalkers fire starters too, because that's what they do. They go here, try to start a fire there, try to start a fire there. And I don't really care about seeing screenshots or something when I'm live, because unless it's something emergency, you know, which has never happened yet. Because a lot of times all that's going to do is just screw up the flow of what you're doing. That's what trolls try to do.
Exactly.
And it is kind of trolling, isn't it?
Listen, by now, I'm so used to this shit. Like, fucking say whatever you want. Donate to the children. That would be awesome.
Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying. And I would take it this month. I mean, to Diane, I don't blame her for keeping it. And that's why I wanted to correct myself. I wasn't trying to say she shouldn't have kept it. When I'm just, in this month, I would have kept it because I know where my money's going this month to that lady. But next month, I don't have anybody on the agenda to take my super chats, and I just wouldn't have took it. But see, Diane's not in that position because
Yeah.
she donates all her money. And she's, that's the great thing she does.
Wait, she said, how about we super chat with words of empowerment every time someone says an insult? That's a great idea.
I think it is a good idea.
Except
And
about
actually, I think that something is failing. And I've said this several times to several people. I think that one of the goals, not by only, but by some people, is to split up and tear up this community, right?
Mhm.
With various and sundry things. That actually is backfiring because I think we're more consolidated over here. Yeah, we have different opinions, okay, but we're more consolidated over here between.
I do think that what everyone has been through has brought the community as a whole closer together and
Yeah.
able to empathize with, the people that are being victimized. And I do think that it has backfired, even though I do also think it has caused damage that I don't know if it'll ever be fixed. Maybe it will,
I agree with that too. Yeah.
Hopefully it will. But if not, then it is.
And I wanted to get back to this sub thing. I was going to say it earlier, and then I don't know how I got off on it. But I think there is a general feeling out there, and I think you know this, Stephanie, that a lot of subs think that everybody or a certain group of people talk all the time, and they probably do all the time together, but yet they're out here, acting like they hate one another, which is what Kiki was saying.
Yeah.
And that was so disingenuous. But they think that the subs don't see it, but they do. They do.
Oh, yeah. If you're going to go on a platform and you're going to lie and try to hide things, people are going to see right through it every time.
Right.
There enough evidence. Cat. Hopefully. Subs are yanked around, Chili. I do feel that way.
Yep, I do too.
And it gets confusing when you're fighting. I mean, but you have to, okay, there's two perspectives, right? Because the channel creator, they have to do what is in their best interest at the time. And that's probably what they're doing. But also, if you say you hate somebody on Monday, you have them on your panel on Tuesday, you hate them on Wednesday.
There you go.
The subs don't know what's going on.
There you go.
Very confusing.
And eventually the subs and whatnot are just going to go, I don't need this. I don't need this. You don't have a channel without them. You don't, without us subs, there's no channels.
Yeah, and they don't know.
I'll just go back to the car crash community.
Because here's the thing, you don't want them to get mad for you, if you're getting mad at somebody, but they're going to, because they like you, they see things from your perspective. They're gonna get mad at whoever you're talking about.
Right.
So they get mad at whoever you talked about on Monday, and then on Tuesday they're on your panel. So they're trying to okay, well, I'll work it out because you like this person, so they're gonna be on your panel, blah blah blah. And then on Wednesday, you hate them again. Then they're getting mad again. And then on Thursday, they're coming back. It's too much to keep up with.
It is.
Sure.
And then, okay. And that emotional roller coaster is what most of us have been through this.
Mm-hmm.
And I know when I started my channel was mainly, I know one day Laura asked, where did I come from? Was mainly because the girls that had left her had nowhere to go at the time. And then I just kept going with it because I enjoy it. And if I'm saying something and somebody comes in with a different opinion, it doesn't bother me. You know what I mean? They're entitled to have it. It's how they say it that bothers me. Like with the wrench and saying you're no good. That bothers me.
What are your thoughts on charges? Do you think he will be charged? I honestly don't know. I hope so. Yes, Persian princess. I'm sorry. I would make myself clear.
I hope so.
Apparently, I've been booted from some community before. Guess
Yeah,
I won't go
community she's
there.
never been in. Ash and I have been friends for years, Stephanie. Did you know that?
Mm-mm.
Yeah.
But I know Ash has been here for years.
Yeah. Ash and I have been friends for years in another community that Ash has never been to.
I know. You all have been hiding from me.
Hiding from everybody.
Tiki's having
If I had known her for years, she wouldn't be my mentor. I'd be, equal. But I'm still learning from her.
That's right, Michelle. With all the evidence.
Robot community. Michelle said she heard she was booted from the robot community.
It's hard. It's hard because there's jurisdiction and stuff, but
where do I find this landscaping community? Donna says. No, there's sharp tools in the landscaping community. Be careful. And the neighborhood is not weird, Rosary. It is not weird. It's just a group of people who were tired of shit. I'm sorry. We're tired of stuff.
Okay, I'm waiting on Persian Princess's question. She said, I don't go over into any of theirs, okay?
Okay. Blue Butterfly says, I come from Project 50.
I love you, Aratria. Thank you.
Oh, Aratria. Thank you, baby. She's one cool chick.
She's one of my favorite. Don't tell anybody else.
No.
It'll be our secret.
Yeah,
she really is.
She's from you on things.
This is what I love about Aratria. And I said this the other day, but now I'm going to talk about her again. Get ready to drug Aratria. My freaking microphone's loose. Okay. Like, I talk to Aratria, right? All the time, but she cannot like somebody and they have fallen out and I won't even know. Like, she doesn't tell me any of her personal business with anybody else ever. Like, it's so respectable.
You're welcome, Neptune.
What the Fork? My favorite YouTube channel name.
I know. I always say, what the fork? She's forking, finally forking here.
So forking late. Okay. Recently, I lost my job due to health issues. Should they set up a video to see if people would help me now? Mind you, I do not go over there at all, but they found it okay to dox me. Issues. Should they set up a video to see if people would help me?
No. That wasn't her. I'm answering somebody else. I'm sorry.
I don't understand that. What that means.
I know what she means.
So somebody doxed her after.
Well, she says they doxed her, but now the truth's claiming it was her PayPal name. But my understanding, her PayPal name is Persian motherfucking Princess.
So sometimes whenever you use your PayPal, okay. So somebody dropped your PayPal, and then through her PayPal, somebody got her name.
I don't know. I don't know the whole story yet.
Donna, she is. No, she doesn't, Ash. No, fight me.
As you are a nice woman, admit it.
Hold on, Pug.
Admit it.
Read it.
Giggles always makes me laugh too, 180.
Hang on 1 second, Pugs. I'm going to tag it and read it. It takes a second to come through. Okay, my ex is up for parole. If he gets out and sees me being talked about. I mean, here's the thing. Who is doing this? Can we just ask whomever is doing this, she's obviously going through a hard time. Obviously.
She's a domestic violence victim. She doesn't want her name out there.
Could you, whoever, please find it in your heart to just not do that? Anybody can empathize with somebody going through something like that. I still don't see Pugs' comment. What the heck?
I don't think it's come up yet. I'm just watching.
Oh, there it is. Okay.
Oh, okay.
Can you read this? No, not giving out who the other two cop calls are is not protecting Oni. It's called respect, and it's up to them to tell their story in full. Being smart is
Oh, other people. Yeah. Okay. She's got you another one coming up. Not being stupid for them. They are scared and were advised to get the hell out of here, not to talk about on YouTube. That is called listening to their attorney. Well, I backed off for a few days till they told me I could come back. And then when they told me I could come back, the FBI, I came back how they told me to come back. You know what I mean?
yeah.
So if your attorney tells you not to, then you shouldn't. You know what I'm saying?
Right. What are you talking about, Pugs? Are there other cop
Yeah,
calls?
there are others. There's some other.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. Okay. So I know what you're saying. Yes. If somebody, listen, we already know, we've already heard it that he does call cops on people. If there are people right now that aren't talking and something's happened to them, that's probably the best bet if anybody wants to see any justice. 100%. That is the best thing, especially if they have an attorney, like Pug said they do.
Now my question is, they want people to do this or that to orbit. They do. Oh, well, yeah, Persian. It's that double standard.
Okay, wait, let me read what she said. Now, my question is, they want people who do this or that to Laura, but they do this to us. It's okay. No, first of all, it's never okay. I don't know. I didn't see the whole thing, but no, that's not okay at all.
Hit Kiki's thing.
Okay.
That'll tell you what you're missing right there.
They got Persian's info from a PayPal link. Okay, that's what I figured. Then they then doxed her and put her down for her current situation. She was harassed, bullied, and ridiculed because of the circumstances. Okay, well,
After she had added the truth to her prayer chain.
I really hope that the truth would see this, and I think maybe she will. I don't know how long ago it's been that this has happened, and hopefully she won't do that or anybody do that in the future. And the same can be done in return too, because you can't, I don't know the circumstance, like I said, but nobody can expect to say, like, for you to say something to her, that's what they're going to use against you. It sucks, but that's just the way on YouTube. Like, if they find out personal information, they're going to use it against you every single time. It sucks so bad, but people do it. And it's,
Pixie said she's blocked and can't come in there. And I mean, that's just like my desk there. It's still up on Laura's OBS screen. She won't take down that second or two.
I am too, Amber.
But that's a bad look for her, not me. So
They dragged her for e-begging and she did not. We as a community want to help her and they ran with the BS. Well,
you know why they ran with it? Because Brian's helping her.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, and that sucks.
Because Brian made a video. Brian's trying to help her. And it was right about the time he went back to work, so I've tried to help her. Like as well as live life, love, and that's
No, the truth is it should not be blocked here. I haven't checked my blocked list since I've been back, but I doubt that she's blocked here. No, Laura's not. I need to look at that though before I say
here when you left.
That she's not blocked. Because I would feel bad if I was talking about somebody and they're blocked.
Yeah, because I don't believe in that either. If I'm going to talk about them, I'll unblock them or block or not. Well, I don't block them.
Yeah.
Mainly only have
forever how to unblock people. Let's see. Oh, okay. Maybe I can find it.
She's here now, they said. I don't see her. She got me blocked. Because I can't see her.
Pooh, hang on. Ugh. Okay. Is she in chat now, Marsha?
I don't know. That's what somebody just said. I don't see her, but that doesn't mean anything.
Okay, Sandy said she commented. Let me look and see.
Okay.
I just want to make sure that she's not blocked.
I can't see it. Let me look over here.
Because I hate when people are talking about me.
Yeah, it's not fair. It's not fair. Kayla says she's in here.
Truth, if you're watching, can you type so I just want to make sure. Mildly Sunny? No, that's not her. She's not blocked. Okay, Sally said she's not blocked. Okay.
Oh, she just has me blocked, so I can't see her. That's what it is.
I can't see her. I don't know why I can't. That sucks. I see her talking. Okay, Uber can see her.
Yeah.
Do you have the link, Marcia, to unblock people from chats? Do you know that link?
Okay, go to your creator studio.
Okay, hang on.
Community.
I had to refile it back up because
Yeah.
it was being silly. Okay. Now go to Creator Studio.
And then you see that box pops up, see community.
Hang on. And YouTube Studio, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Down at the bottom, the old one, Creator Studio.
Oh, yes. Got it.
And then community.
That's what it is. I was on the old one. I mean, the new one. I don't like it.
Yeah. I don't like it either.
Got it. Okay. Now, community settings. Here we go. Now we're getting somewhere.
I can't see her. Let me look. I'm going to check mine right now, y'all.
I can't see her either.
I'm checking mine right now.
You're leaving.
Well, Brian had a stream. I miss Brian. He's working. I hadn't seen him. Brian. Let's see here.
I'm not muted.
We're looking, y'all.
Yeah, I don't see her.
Oh, God. No, I ain't going to go there.
She's not on my block list. But I can't see her in chats. Why, oh, why?
Now, there is a Google block list.
How do I find that?
That I don't know because I have not got anybody on mine. So I haven't had to do it.
She's asking for the link. Here. That'll be easier.
There you go.
I might have to mute for a second in a minute. Oh, Artria, thank you. That's what I'm looking for. You got it.
No, I don't want that. Setting. Okay.
There were 4 names on there that said a Google user. So maybe one of them were hers. I don't know why. I would have blocked her. Now I'm going to refresh my chat and then see if that fixed it.
Community settings. Okay, let me see here.
Does anybody else that knows
She was on mine. Okay, you're unblocked. The truth.
does anybody else that knows the other side of what happened want to come up too? Because I don't know the other side at all. I would like to have someone that knows.
Yeah. Because that's a fair way to do it.
Now I can, because I don't want it just to be one-sided because I don't know at all what happened. So if anybody else from the other side wants to come up. Oh, I got to go back to StreamYards. I forgot. I got to let people in. Okay, nobody's up here yet. So it like where me and you are at the bottom, right? Where I added us in, somebody else would pop up, and that's the back.
Right. That's
Okay.
the back door, yeah. Okay, so there we go.
That's why I'm trying to figure out Blaze. I was confused too. I thought they all agreed it was wrong to go on other people's stream with their drama like Marianne, yet MM went to Laura's and Laura on Diane's, and Truth here. It's weird.
But see, that's what people don't feel like
No,
they
no,
have.
no. I mean, hang on, 180. I mean the other side, because the truth's going to come up with her side of what happened, of what Persian Princess is talking about.
And see,
But-
this is what I'm trying to say. That people, a lot of stuff, don't feel like they have a safe place to go.
Yeah, and I don't know anything about what happened with Persian Princess.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay. Here's the thing: there is no side, Steph. And
No,
I'm gonna check. And
I
I'm gonna
agree.
check my Google block list also. I can promise you, I don't have Marsha blocked.
Okay.
But
Truth, I just unblocked you. You were on mine. I just unblocked you.
okay.
I had 4 people on mine, and it didn't say who they are. It just said a Google user. So one of those 4 could have been you. I don't know why I would have blocked you, but who knows?
Okay. Well, water under the bridge, whatever. I don't know why, and I'm not watching chat. I don't know why Persian Princess is running around saying I doxed her. Steph, I never did. I don't know what. That's why when you said, there's 2 sides, and now she's left. She just said she was leaving chat because she didn't feel good. So I would be more than willing to talk to this lady. I
Okay.
have never said an unkind word about her. I never said a word about Brian collecting money. I don't care, guys. I know what it feels like to be down and out
Mhm.
due to medical reasons.
Mhm.
Yeah.
That's
So-
what I was thinking, that you would, understand that situation. Obviously, you've been through.
And when you click
Shit.
on her PayPal, and I know this because I donated to it, I don't have
Okay.
a pot to piss in or a window to throw it out of. But when you click her PayPal, it has her name, guys.
Yeah,
So
I know mine. I think.
hundreds of thousands of people are watching these streams, and I don't think it's just Brian's that it's been dropped in. I think Marsha has helped her out too, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Marsha, there was the night where you got hit with the trolls really hard. Remember?
I'm sorry, I didn't hear you, Beth.
Remember the night you got botted or whatever? You got hit with the troll. You got hit with the trolls really hard.
Yeah.
Okay, that's happened to me too. I had like
I know it had.
I'm
I know it
nobody.
had.
I'm nobody, and I had over 1,000 people in my chat. I knew something was wrong.
Right. Just like I did. Yeah. Yeah.
So, Persian Princess, please listen to me. I did not dox you. I don't have the desire to dox you. I have no problem with you. I actually have sympathy for your situation. So please quit running around saying the truth doxed me. If you can send a screenshot to Marsha, and Marsha can send it to me or whatever.
Yeah.
If it's a cloned account or something, I would like to know.
Yeah, if I were in your shoes, I would want to know.
I'll try to get her to do that, Truth.
Please do. Because I can promise you, I did not dox this lady. I have never said an unkind word about this lady. I don't know her. I know her story because Brian told it. I didn't say a word about what Brian was doing for her. I thought it was nice what Brian was doing for her. I'm kind of one of those people, you all know how I feel about Brian. If he does something good, I kind of like to give him an attaboy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I will get with her and I'll ask her, Tracy, and I'll send it to you. She has it.
please do, because I'm promising you guys, I did not dox this woman. When you put your PayPal out there and your name is attached to it, and anybody can click on it. It's in a chat. So I feel bad for her. I don't want any harm to come to her. I know she's obviously having health problems, and now she's saying, she's got old relationship problems. I don't know. I don't want to know. It's not my business, guys. But I can promise you, I've done nothing to cause harm to you, Persian Princess. So please, I know you put in Diane's chat several times last night that I've doxed you. I haven't, okay? I don't know what's happening to you, and I'm sorry it's happening to you. I've been doxed a million ways up and down.
Well, yeah, and I think she's like super sensitive to it because her, like she said, her ex is in prison for abusing her, and she's worried about that. But
Kiki, because Kiki said a few times the same thing. Kiki, what made you say that she was doxxed by them? Like, where is it coming from? Because here's the thing, any of you guys would not want to have that, story put out about you if it wasn't true. I wouldn't want that put out.
Stephanie, Kiki obviously has a real problem with me. And we all know YouTube, you said on your panels, you talk smack. That's what happens. I've done it. Kiki's done it many a times. But I see where the pinned comment, that's all I see right now is the pinned comment saying, I'm just so tired of her. I blocked her. She will stay that way. That's fine, Kiki. Keep me blocked. I have no problem with it. What she continues to do is gross. I'm not sure what you're talking about, Kiki.
well,
But by the same token, Kiki, you accused me of plotting a murder.
she did.
Murder?
No, she didn't.
Wait,
Marcia, do you want me to send you the screenshot?
Yeah, because I've seen it, but send it to me and be sure I've got the right one.
what is that about, Marsha?
Let Truth tell your version.
Okay.
Kiki
I don't know
came
anything about
underneath one of my videos and left a comment. And she says, get my name off your video, which I did. I changed it to Keke instead of Kiki. And she claims that she wants nothing to do with the murder that I am plotting. Okay? Now,
Where did she get that?
Where did she put it?
Where did she get that a murder you were plotting?
I have no idea, Marsha. Trust me, I am not. But do you know that I took that to my local law enforcement in case, God forbid,
Wait,
something
Kiki.
happened?
What threat? Laura can't. That would be like you coming to me.
My threat. Kiki's
Yeah,
talking about.
The truth cannot make Laura do anything.
No.
Exactly.
No, she
That
can't.
would be like somebody coming to me and being like, why does Diane do X, Y, and Z? I don't know. That's Diane. Right? That's fair.
So then we move past the murder thing, okay? Me and Kiki are in a chat one day. We move past the murder thing. I thought everything was good. And the next thing she does is she puts up a video about me and Brian. I'm going to put it out there. My beef with Brian is no different than your all's beef with Laura or anybody else out there, except no, don't say Marsha, because
I say yeah, it is different.
Okay, it is very different, but it's no different in the aspect that you all defend your people and I'm going to defend mine. Just like Stephanie would defend her friends, I'm going to defend mine.
But are you going to defend your friends' actions if they're wrong? Because I'm not.
I'm not.
Marsha, I still want you to answer me why you lied.
I did not lie.
You did lie.
I did not lie. I did not. You said I lied, but I didn't.
You said on your panel that night that I came up there.
Yeah.
And I said, okay, I'm going to take that back. I'm not going to say you lied. I'm going to say it's a misunderstanding. How
there
about
you
that?
go.
There you go.
Okay. So
this seems like a lot of misunderstandings between a lot of petty stuff that can be fixed.
It really was a misunderstanding. It really was.
Okay, because I come up on your panel that night. Brian,
yeah.
Remember, he left. He got mad and left and went over and did his own live stream. And I said to you that when Brian's tragedy, we won't get into it. When Brian's tragedy, and it is a tragedy, and it was a tragedy for Brian.
Yeah.
When it happened, that I called him in tears.
And he says you didn't. I knew that you had called him, but I didn't know about the tears till you said
it. But you said on your panel, yeah, he told me that.
He told me you called. See, that's the misunderstanding. See what I mean?
Why would you agree with me then when I said that I called?
I said,
you
yeah, he
because
told me you called. I didn't,
didn't
say,
say
he told me
that.
you called crying.
You didn't say, yes, he told me you called. You said, yeah, he told me that. That's all you said. You
He
didn't
told me
add.
that you called.
But you didn't say that, Marsha.
Oh my
You
God, who
said,
would have thought that?
excuse
I
me.
mean, that's like two people talking. He told me that you called. He told me that.
So did he say I called to rub it in, or?
No, he told me you called.
And I was upset over what
He
had
didn't say
just
that till
happened.
later. He told me that you weren't crying. But at that time, I didn't know that. I just said you called. That's it. I was acknowledging that you called.
Okay, but why would I call him? I
I
didn't
don't
call
know.
him. I didn't call him to say nana nana boo boo. Look what happened.
I don't
I
know.
called
See,
him-
I don't
I
know.
called him-
And I didn't
I
say that
called
you
him
said that.
because my heart was breaking for what he was going through.
And I didn't say you even said, I didn't say it either way. I simply stated that you called, period. You know what I mean? That was it. That's why I kept saying I haven't lied. It was obviously you didn't understand what I was saying. I was simply saying, yes, I knew you called.
Okay.
I didn't know what you said, how
Okay.
you said it, or anything.
I'm just gonna put that to bed. I'm done with it.
Okay.
Okay.
Good.
I'm done with it
Because you and I have always been able to talk.
because it's not worth all this. It is
I
what it
agree.
is.
Yep.
It's just not
Not.
worth all this.
It's not.
No, it's not. It is
But
not.
I see Kiki has joined us. Kiki, would you like to say something to me before I leave? Because I didn't come in here to disrupt Stephanie's stream. I didn't come in here to pick a fight or be a
No,
bitch to anybody.
I'm glad you came on. I respect that you can talk. Like I'll talk out things with anybody. I respect that so much.
I
me
basically come on
personally,
here
I-
to set Persian Princess's mind at ease
Yeah.
that I have not and would not dox her.
Well, I'm going to see what she's got, and I'll let you know, Tracy.
I would appreciate that. Thank you, Marsha.
Uh-huh.
Kiki, you there?
I'm here. I'm just going to be
I can
respectful.
barely hear Kiki. This happened tonight on Marsha's with Brian, too. I could barely hear Brian.
Can you hear me now?
Just barely, Kiki, but I can.
Okay. Let me see. I'm going to take you for that. Is that better?
No, can you all
Is that
hear her
better?
good?
Can you guys hear me now?
I hear her good.
I
but
hear you.
If you try to drop off the truth and come back, usually that fixes that problem.
Okay, I'll
So you
try
can
it.
hear. Yeah,
Okay.
'cause I can hear you good, Kiki.
Okay, I'll try.
Hey, Alicia. Alicia just came in and said, here, someone in the community is threatening to do a background check on me and Jay. That's kind of fucked up. I wouldn't believe that unless you see proof of that. Maybe, but I doubt that. I don't know why anybody would want that. Okay, she's almost back. There she is. I hear a doggy.
Yeah, it's my dog snoring.
Talk again, Kiki.
Okay, Kiki, can you try to talk again? See if I can hear you. Yeah, I still can't hear her, guys.
I don't hear her either. I think she has to drop off and come back. Alicia, Diane just said, read her email to you. They are not from our community. Hey, Diane.
She just said she hadn't checked her emails yet because she's been working today, Diane.
Okay, well, like I said, I can go back and listen to if Kiki wants to come up and rant about me or whatever. That's cool. I mean, she's going to use my tongue for a slip and slide and everything else. I have no idea what that even means.
Well,
But,
listen, maybe eventually, if you guys can talk, maybe you can get to where you could work it out eventually.
Can you hear me now?
Okay, Stephanie, here's my thing. They defend their friend Brian, and I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. But I can get on my panel and talk about anything I want, just like they can get on theirs and talk about anything they want.
I hope you guys did not see my
get
nose.
videos made about me being in love with Brian or me being on Brian's D and all of that stuff. Because you don't see me making videos saying Marsha's on Brian's D or Kiki's on Brian's D or But I get videos made about me saying that I suck Laura's tit and I'm on her.
Ew.
I hate even using these words.
Yeah, I don't talk like that.
And I cuss like a sailor, but I don't usually use body parts. But
So what you're saying is that pretty much is too soon to try to. And you're right. You can talk about whatever you want on your channel, but here's the thing, right? If this is to everybody, if you're gonna go on your channel and you're gonna talk about whatever you want on your channel, there are repercussions for that.
exactly.
That's, you know.
Can you hear me?
You get
Yes, I can. Can you hear the truth?
yes,
truth.
yes.
Okay. I just wanted to say this because I am at work, so I don't have a lot of time to sit up on here. And I'm not going to drag you the truth. I'm not going to call you any names. I'm not going to do any of that.
Well,
you
thank
knew
you.
exactly the day when I went to your channel and you put my name in your title. You knew that day when I made the comment about the murder plot that I worded it wrong. Now,
What
I did
murder plot?
Please give me the floor. Please. The murder plot being the one where somebody in the community made some kind of statement about having Brian St. John's son offed in prison. Now, we know that went a little bit too extreme, right? So you make a video 2 hours later, and in the title of your video, it's, "Hey, Kiki, look what your buddy Brian is doing, right? So I go over there and I state, truth, take my name out of your title. I don't want to be involved with you or your murder plot. Now, I worded it wrong. That was my fault. And you went after me in that when we were going back and forth in the comments. And I told you, okay, I'm sorry. I worded it wrong. Didn't mean you specifically, blah, 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 blah. Nope. Okay. Now, 2-3 weeks later, you're running around back here and doing it again. The issue that I have with this is not that you're talking about it. It's that you and I both know exactly what I meant, and you knew it from day one. Also, you went into Ash's live. You and I talked it out. I apologized. I even told you, I can see where you could see that, and I do apologize for that. You then went right back to your channel that same very day and brought up the murder plot thing again, trying to make people, please, trying to make people believe that I said it. The issue what I have with it is not the fact that you want to talk about it, is that you don't bring it correct. You don't say that you knew that what I meant, but unfortunately I worded it wrong like a dumbass, right? I own that to truth. I had no problem owning it. But you go around and you only give people one part of the situation. I actually felt bad in Republican Ash's live the morning you and I spoke. I left that live thinking, you know what? Man, maybe I was a little bit too mean on the truth. Maybe, she seems like she could actually be pretty cool. And then again, like I said, you start talking about the murder plot and saying again, it's not the fact that you talk about it. It's that you know exactly what I meant now, and yet you still run around here trying to make people believe that I did this, but you don't say after you tell this story over and over again that you know that it was wrong, not wrong so much it was wrong on my part, but you don't state that you know the meaning of that whole conversation. That's what I have an issue with, the truth.
Okay, so would you come to Stephanie Brown's and leave a comment under her video saying the word your whatever, we won't even use murder plot, but for something that was said on someone else's panel, or would you go to their channel and leave the comment?
Was that comment, Tracy, was that left before or after the apology?
All this girl said was she was going off and she said, and if I wanted to,
right,
I could pick up the phone and have Brian's son taken care of in prison. That's what she said.
But what I'm saying is the comment you're saying, okay, so Kiki apologized to you, and I'm not taking a side right now. So Kiki apologized to you, did you, and it was settled, was
Yes.
that comment that she wrote before or after the apology?
Before.
Then you, okay.
And I know you're going to say, then you need to let it go. And
Yeah.
I would totally agree with you. I would totally agree with you
Yeah.
if Kiki didn't continue to go on these rants with my name in her mouth and then delete them.
I don't delete them. I put them on private,
Okay,
girl.
whatever
So no,
you do,
not
it's your
deleted.
channel, your business, whatever.
Here's the thing, the truth. You know, I'm not going to argue and fight with you because I don't want to anymore. Truthfully, I'm going to say my piece. I'm going to go at that. I'm not going to call you any names. I'm not going to put you down. You know, you don't get me. You don't get my humor. You know, from day one. And I have to say this, and I just want to put it out there. From the day one that I stepped here on YouTube, you have been after me like a vengeance.
That's
sat
not
over
true,
th-
Kiki.
Lord,
I didn't even,
please,
I
please,
did
please,
not
please,
even
please.
attend your channel. I watched your parodies. I didn't like them. Therefore,
Why,
I didn't
if you never
watch
watched them,
anymore.
the truth.
They were
Why, if
all
you never watched them,
hateful. They were
why
all
would you
hateful,
have screenshots?
They were all
Why do you have
hateful,
screenshots?
mean parodies about Molly Golightly and Laura Keck. That's what your whole
Oh.
channel was about.
That's
If
what
I
they're
wanted-
still about, you moron.
Oh, now
I don't
we're gonna
hide
call
that.
names.
I
Now
don't
we're
hide
gonna
that.
call names.
I'm not
Kiki,
gonna. No, I
right?
should have never called you a moron. Let me calm down. I should never called you a moron. I don't care that you don't like my content. That's not a big deal to me. What I'm stating is that if you do not watch me, you do not like my channel, then why is it that you go into a live, right? And you can say verbatim something I said on my channel. You have screenshots and do not tell me the truth that you did not take screenshots of my live one night, because then you tried to send them to Simon Simple Simon, right? Oh, Kiki's talking
No,
about this.
no. Let's back this up, Kiki, because you want to talk about not telling a story properly. Let's tell it properly, girlfriend. Now, see, I don't need your condescending mustards and biscuits,
But
and
I've already proven that in a video.
Quit saying that I sent Boyd after you. Simon was in Laura's chat. In your comments under your video, someone is blaming and it was a troll account called Pass the Popcorn. And they were blaming Simon, Wogs, Vinny G, and somebody else for something. And I said, Simon, you're getting the blame under Kiki Rambling's video for doing this. And I don't even know what it was at this point. It's been that long ago. And
Simon wouldn't hurt a flea either.
No,
but
he wouldn't.
so nice.
Exactly. But this Pass the Popcorn troll. And then they go on to dox Laura's brother, who is a police officer, in your comments, Kiki. And I said, Laura, they're doxing your brother in Kiki's comments. I did not say, Laura, Kiki's doxing your brother, or Simon, Kiki's blaming you. I said in your comments.
Oh, the truth. Okay. Well, I mean, I saw it differently. And yeah, you know what? I guess it's just going to have to just go and put it to where, you know what, we just, you know, do what we got to do with it. I'm telling you
both
this now.
Perspectives
If
of
I
what
make a
happened.
video, then I make a video. If I do, I don't really want to go after you all the time. I just cannot, you know, like I said, when I got off of Republican Ashes Live, I felt bad. I was like, man, maybe I treated her a little bit wrong. You know, maybe I did go ahead and, you know, kind of jump her a little bit. And maybe I was a little mean to her. I got it. I mean, and I told people that after I got off the thing, I was like, hey, you know what, okay. I kind of felt a little bit better that at least, though that we don't like each other in the long run, but at least that we could be civil, right?
Kiki,
And now here's the thing, truth. I do not run around here and say that I am perfect by any damn means. My mouth can go ahead and runneth over, man. Huh? I could go ahead and get on here and snap like a Slim Jim. I could go ahead and snap, crackle, and pop like the damn Rice Krispie treats, girl. I could go off like a bag of Pop Rocks. I know that. I own it.
and I own my
to have
behavior.
a little bit of fun here on the tubes. And even though my content is not the content that you like, it is the content that I like doing.
So your idea of fun
I
was
don't
to
hate
do
anybody here enough on the tubes to actually really go after an individual to the hardcore, meaning like real life. No, I
So
don't. And
your
with regards
idea
to
of-
doxing Laura's brother, I don't even know Laura's brother's name. No, so
Can I say
contrary
something
to
about
popular
that?
belief, I don't go out and start
Yeah.
looking for everybody's information.
When
And you can't believe a damn thing half the time that people are talking about in these chats in the first place.
How did Laura's brother?
whenever that happened,
I don't care anymore, to tell you the truth.
I'm going to say something real quick.
I think
Whenever
that you
that
would probably
happened,
be a pretty cool ass person if you weren't always consistently running around here and having to butt yourself into Laura's beef. She's
Oh,
a
wait
big
a
girl.
minute.
And I ain't
But
saying nothing
you
bad
butt
about Laura, so
yourself.
please do not
But
take it that
you
way.
butt
I'm
yourself
just saying
into
is that, you
mine
know
and
what?
Laura's.
Maybe
Or
I
you
need to
butt
do the
your-
same. Maybe I need to
You
just
butt
let you and
yourself
Brian
into
just
mine
go
and
at it.
Brian's beef.
you
But
do.
You
the end
did a
of the day,
complete
man,
live stream the other night.
some of this shit has to stop.
Dragging
And it has
me
to stop with
over
me too.
Jennifer
I get that.
Lynn after the
I don't care
horrible
if you talk shit
things
about
that
me. I don't
woman
care if you run around
said.
here and call me all kinds of names. I'm cool with it. I just wish that if you're going to do it, you would tell the whole story. Because when you brought up the murder plot and you bring it up all the time, you do not also state that at this time, now that you're talking about it, you know exactly what I did and what I meant by it. I did not remove the comment either because I wanted it to be there for proof. I didn't want a dirty delete. I didn't want none of that. I've owned it and owned it 100.
Kiki, can I ask you
That's
a
it.
question? Can I ask you a question? Can she hear me, guys?
I don't think she can hear
Oh
me.
my gosh, I have been talking to you guys this whole time on mute.
No, we
the
can hear
hell?
you. We
No,
can
we
hear you.
heard.
We
No, we
can
heard.
hear you.
I heard you, Kiki. Can you hear me? Kiki.
Kiki, can you hear
She
Tracy?
can't hear us. We can hear her. She can't hear us. I just
Radio,
heard the
Tracy.
comment.
Can you guys hear me? Damn it.
Now, can you hear us? Oh, she
Yeah,
didn't.
she
Okay, listen, I want to say something to you, Truth. Okay, when that happened about the popcorn, I remember it. Okay, and from my perspective, okay, I felt like when you said that to Laura, you said what you said, right? That they were doxing her brother, or that account was doxing her brother in the chat. But when she went live with it, what she said pretty much
Yeah.
was that
that's wrong.
Kiki was doxing, or that we all had something to do with her brother being doxed. And I think that's a lot of the breakdown, and it's not your fault. I'm not saying it's your fault. You told your friend that her brother was being doxed in a chat. You didn't do anything, but a lot of times it's that all of them, we're all individuals. Like you wouldn't want me to say about you, that you're doxing somebody when you're not, and lump you into some huge group. I think that's a lot of times where a lot of the fussing comes in and the confusions.
I
you know?
understand. But
I
It's
think
not
that's
your fault, by the way.
once again, Kiki did a live stream, and I call it a rant because that's what she does. She rants. And we've all been guilty of it. I did it the other night, and it broke me to tears because I don't want to be a ranter. But Kiki did a rant on me about something between me and Jennifer Lynn. Now, Kiki's saying that I'm not telling the whole story. Well, Kiki, you didn't tell the whole story because the things that Jennifer Lynn said to me before I clapped back ugly were a whole lot uglier than what I said to her. I have been told I'm a homeless bum. I'm in my brother's basement dwelling. I have nothing to my name. Well, guess what? You're right. I don't. I've lost it all. So they hit me in my weak spot.
Yeah. So you got hurt.
Jennifer called me a filthy animal.
You
And
got hurt by what was said, and you said hurtful things in return.
What did I do? I turned around and said, filthy animal. You mean, isn't that what your ex said as he was walking out the door into the arms of another woman? Was it a low blow? It was. Did I apologize? I did.
But you felt like it was a low blow towards you because that was like what would be your kryptonite, for lack of a better word. So you used
Stephanie
what
Brown,
you thought.
where can you hurt a person the most? Their pride.
I'm sorry, guys.
And I have no pride left, guys. Okay,
Right.
It's gone.
I totally understand. I understand
I've
what
worked
you're
my
saying.
whole life. I've never asked anybody for. I've never gotten assistance. I've raised a son on my own. So when somebody hits me there, I clapped back one comment, and it was about her ex. And then Kiki went on her live stream saying what a horrible human being I am for calling her a filthy animal and attacking her past relationship. but no mention of what Jennifer said about me and others, but we'll leave them out of it right now.
Did Kiki know about that part though?
Well, don't you think, Stephanie, before you go on your channel and start ranting about, she just accused me of not telling the whole story with the murder plot thing. Isn't
But
she
you
doing the
didn't.
same thing by not telling the whole story about
Yeah,
what
but
was said to me?
I know what it's like though to get mad and get emotional and go live and start talking, you know.
Me
You
too.
you don't have all the facts right then.
Me too.
Okay.
Yeah,
And I
I've
was
done it a
livid the other
million
night.
times.
Listen,
And
I-
it
that's
drove
my
me
crutch,
down
okay?
into tears because I don't want to be that person. I don't want to get on YouTube and name
Right.
call and scream, but I'm going to defend myself.
We know.
And I wouldn't expect anything less of anybody else out there. If
Okay.
I say something on my platform about one of you all, I fully expect the repercussions. I fully expect the
Right.
clap back.
Can you hear me now?
Yes,
Yeah.
I feel
I
so
can't
bad
hear
because
her.
I can't figure that out. I am so sorry, the truth, but I'll try to scream, but I feel bad because I was sitting over here yelling in the park for like the last 15 minutes saying something. All of a sudden I look down and it's on mute. I'm like, damn it.
we could
Anyways,
hear you though.
oh, okay.
You
So,
heard you couldn't
oh,
hear
okay.
us.
Oh, okay. Well, that's all I want to say. Listen, you know what? The truth. I wish that you would stop with the murder plot thing, and if you don't want to stop with it, then I'm not going to stop either then because I just feel like you don't say everything that happened. And yes,
Did she just not
hey,
hear what I said
yes, I did. Please let
about
me
how you
continue.
didn't tell the whole
Let
story either?
me continue. Let me continue before you answer because you were not going to hear the next part.
I can't hear her, guys. I'm like
apologize.
struggling to hear. I've got my volume all the way up.
I'm going to see if I can scream this way. Can you hear me a little bit better?
A little bit better, yes.
Okay. I was going to add at that part where you chimed in, I apologize for running with it and getting on my panel and dragging you and saying some hurtful, meatful things. I, contrary to popular belief, will get over things quickly. But like you and like every panel guest update here, we can go live and we can just go at it. And I get that. I have never dogged you for the things that
Quit,
you do
Lolly.
on your panel. I have got mad at you when you say things about like the murder plot, but you don't tell nobody anymore that Kiki apologized for it. And Kiki did not mean it that way. You don't say that. You say, oh, well, Kiki, why did you get? And that's what irritates me. And the last thing I have to say the truth is this. Sometimes I don't think that you guys over in your community, I'm tired of that side stuff, so I'm not saying that anymore. In your community, I don't think you fully realize how much you hurt my feelings to the core when you were watching that video about Shannon Uncensored and her comments to me about gutting me not once but twice. You guys sat in that live over there. You mocked it. You laughed at it. You thought it was funny.
Wait a
I said,
minute.
you guys,
You
please
keep
let
saying-
me, please.
Quit saying you guys.
Please.
Show me where I did
Please.
that.
The truth, please. I can show you the proof where you
Okay.
where people were sitting in there mocking, laughing, and thinking it was funny. I already stated this, and I have the screenshots of, oh my God, that's so funny. Yeah, yes, I do. The truth. Maybe you
Of
didn't
me?
say a lot. Please, I will put it out there. The truth. I am just in general. Let's put it that way. In general, right? In general, you laughed. Not you personally. Just putting that out there. They laughed in there. They thought it was funny. They mocked it. And like I said, all you guys needed was a pinata and some cerveza. And you could have called that hate shindig a quinceañera. That hurt my feelings to the core. It hurt to the core to sit there and watch people actually hate me so much that they think it is right that somebody here on YouTube can not threaten me once to have me gutted, but threaten to have me gutted twice. And then with the email that I got regarding my daughter slitting her throat, many of you over in that community still continue to say, oh, it did not happen. You haven't shown proof. And the hell, I haven't shown proof. I showed proof.
Kiki,
and
you
I have
blamed
continued to show proof.
everybody. You blamed everybody for that email.
I did not blame anybody for that
You
email.
have. I've
No,
got the
I have
proof.
not. I asked you, do you know who sent it, the truth? That's what I asked you.
Okay.
I didn't
well,
never
we're
blame you
gonna
for it.
Agree on this one.
I
can
never,
promise you, Kiki,
no.
I don't
No,
know
no, no.
anything
I probably
about you.
insinuated. I probably insinuated that
Like
maybe
you
you did it.
insinuated that me and Ninny said we were, and Serendipity said we were going to call your place of employment.
You did.
Said that about Ninny. No, ma'am. You show me where I said I was going to call your job because I don't know nothing about you, Kiki.
You know nothing about me, but you talk awful a lot about me, Ben.
I'm saying I don't know your personal information. I don't know. All I know is you come in and doxed yourself in Laura's chat one day.
Oh, hell yes, I did. Why not? She already doxed me anyways. That's not a big deal. I'm over the dox and stuff, girl. I've already moved on from that. I'm telling you, that's the issue that I have here. You're not listening. You are not listening. The issue that I have here is I just told you how hurt and upset I was to watch that shit go down over there. Because at the end of the fucking day, the truth, when I sat there and I watched Laura, when those that nasty CPS officer went into that house and you can hear the shit that was going on, I felt horrible. I didn't drag her. I didn't laugh about it. I thought it was bullshit. You
after
and
you
all
said
of them over there didn't give a fuck about me being fucking threatened.
That's not
you
true.
Didn't give a fuck.
Quit saying me.
You're a piece of shit for that.
Because I didn't say any. Oh, well, you're a piece of shit for admitting
you
in
are.
a fucking comment that you called CPS on Laura.
I didn't call CPS on Laura.
You want to see the screenshot?
When did I say this?
Everybody
when
was.
you said it. You said in a comment that you called CPS on Laura.
No, hell no, I did not.
Okay.
I said, now I did go in there one day and say I was going to call CPS on her.
Okay.
Yeah,
I'll have Laura send it to Stephanie Brown.
Yes,
okay?
please have Laura send it to Stephanie Brown.
I
don't care. I didn't call CPS.
I'm not saying you did. I'm saying you put in a comment that you called CPS on Laura.
Oh, that is some straight bullshit because that's the first time I heard anybody say that.
Okay,
have you any of you heard that before?
No.
No, because I didn't say it. I really did not call.
Okay.
I felt horrible to Laura. You know, I don't like some of the shit that goes out of Laura's mouth, but at the end of the day, I do not think her kids are in danger, nor do I think that the CPS call was warranted because her kids are not in danger. Just because you don't agree with somebody's parenting style does not mean that you go out and you call CPS for some bunk ass shit. Also, the truth, what I want to say here, and this is the end of it. I'm done at this point. I admit that, like everybody else, I do panel up and shit does fly out of my mouth. I will take 100% ownership of anything that I have said. Yes, I did say that I was going to go ahead and go after Nini, right? Nini has said many things about me. So that's the issue here that we have. We go after one another, right? And then you got 40 to 50 other motherfuckers getting right up in it with us.
Like
Nobody
you do
can
me.
have their own beef. Nobody can have their own beef without everybody getting involved in it. And then it just runs off the chain, right? I don't want to have any more problems with you, the truth. I don't have an issue per se with you. What I'm just stating is that, you know what? Sometimes you have to think about our feelings because even though we may say something that we don't mean, like we all do, we've all done it. Our feelings don't seem to personally matter in a lot of this stuff.
That's not true. Not when you keep don't put stuff on me that don't belong to me, Kiki. I own my shit. I didn't sit in any thing and laugh about you getting horrible comments. I didn't. So you keep saying they, and you made it clear you weren't talking about me. But now, Kiki, remember when you had the avatar of it's like an owl or something, and on it it said "you jelly"?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm sitting here looking. You were in Brian's live. It looks like somebody with a sailboat is up in the thing with on the StreamYard with Brian at 11:48 p.m. Kiki ramblings. I called CPS on Laura.
Oh
Ask you
yeah. Okay,
seven.
yeah. I guess now I do remember that, but that was not. That was what, like 3 months before CPS was actually called.
Okay.
And then the next day I went live and I said, hey, you know what? I made a boo boo. I got really mad at Laura for her, talking yet again. Here it is, the truth. I'm going to be very truthfully honest with it, right? I said it. I was mad because you guys were all over at your thing. We were all on respective channels. Everybody was live and people are talking shit. I got mad about something that Laura said, and I actually went into Laura's live, and it's up there. I can show you the screenshot where I said, listen, I'm going to call CPS on you because you know what? I think that you're a danger for yourself. I said it, I own it, and I did. The next day, I went live because I felt bad, and I also know that it wasn't warranted for me to call CPS in the first place, and that it was the stupidest thing I've ever said. Now, have I ever said it again? Nope, and I'm not ever going to say it again. I learned my lesson on that. Yeah, I remember that part. But again, you don't say when that happens, you just say CPS in general, correct?
Excuse me?
Again, what I stated is that I've owned it. I had a live about it. I had a video
I
about
don't
it.
watch
that
all
I
of your
did it.
stuff, Kiki.
Okay, the truth, I'm not asking you to watch me. I'm saying I did it.
All I'm saying
I owned
is
it.
you say in a public chat with 149 people, I called CPS on Laura. You didn't say I'm going to. You said I called. And then you
Oh,
wonder
this is
when
like tit for tat.
but you wonder when it happens that people say, I bet Kiki did it. Is it right to accuse people? No, it's not.
Thank
But
you.
then when you put yourself in the line of suspicion,
Yeah, but
if
she
I
didn't
if
know
I
somebody
was
was
in
going to call when she
if
said that.
exactly. But then Stephanie, when it happens, if I'm sitting in a chat and I say, I don't know, I'm gonna send a pizza to Brian, and then Brian gets which I don't even know Brian's address, so let's put that out there right now.
Right.
And then Brian gets a mysterious pizza sent to him. And Diane, I'm not making fun of the pizza thing. I just didn't know what
Then
else to
the
use.
fingers are going to get pointed at you, is what you're saying.
Exactly. It's going to be, oh, the truth sent Brian a pizza. What a dirty bitch.
And the truth, you make a valid point. I'm not saying anything bad about that. I've already said, man, I own my shit. I don't hide it.
And
You
I
brought
think
it
it's
up.
very
You gave me
respectable that
you gave
Kiki is
me the
saying,
information.
I said it, but I
Yeah.
said it and I own it and it is what it
I-
is, but I didn't call CPS. I mean, do you actually think that Kiki would call CPS?
No.
I
And
don't
neither did
know
Laura.
I
And
wouldn't.
neither did Laura. Laura said right off the bat, you think we didn't talk in private about who
Right.
might have done it? Of course we did. We're friends. And Laura said right off the bat, I don't think Kiki did it. I don't think Marianne had anything to do with it. I don't think Ash 274 had anything to do with it. She had a whole list of people she didn't think had anything to do with it.
I don't
Hell,
think it's anybody that
there were
we
trolls
know.
trying to blame Wendy and Diane.
Right.
And Laura's like, no, they didn't.
Right.
You know. She said, I don't think Marcia did it. She said, I don't think Brian did it. I mean, she had a whole list of people she didn't think did it. But the people that got accused of it are ones that, I'm sorry, you put yourself in the line of suspicion.
Here's
Somebody's
the truth.
address.
I don't care that that it could have possibly been me that that somebody was thinking I did it. I understand that because I do remember that I said that about Laura. Again, that was about 3 months before it even happened.
Exactly.
But I didn't
don't
have a
know the
problem.
date on it.
I didn't have a problem with that part. I knew that that's what was going to come out the woodworks because right when I was watching it, I was like, oh shit, I know I'm going to get it, because I know exactly what I have said and the beef me and Laura have had back and forth. I knew exactly.
Right.
I wasn't mad about that.
Right.
I'm just
Hang on one
thinking
second.
oh, sorry.
Thank you, Ma. Your kindness and patience has been great presents here. Get yourself a present. Merry Christmas. Thank you so much.
Thanks. I'm not watching chat, but thank you, whoever donated to Stephanie.
Ma.
And so the truth, I'm just going to say this to you.
Michelle. Sorry, go ahead, Kiki.
No, I'm just going to say this to you, the truth.
Okay.
I fully own the shit that I have said about you, the videos that I have done, the lives that I have done.
Me too.
And I will make it a very conscious effort from this point forward that if I do say anything about you, I come correct. But I'm going to tell you this now. I really don't want no drama for the next few weeks because I don't know about you guys, but I like Christmas, and this is really just fucking with my Christmas vibe, okay? I need a little bit of
We
snow.
all could just have fun and hang out and
Little
stuff. I don't think
jolliness.
that'll ever happen. but-
Kiki, did you, and maybe you don't watch my streams. Maybe
No,
you
I don't.
Okay. but you always know when I talk about Brian, but you don't watch my streams, but that's cool.
No, I don't.
Have you noticed that the last few streams up until the other night when I lost my shit and I apologized for the things I said, do you notice that I've been trying to steer away from the just downright draggings and all of that? I've been trying. You know, my views have dropped from where I would get 2,000 views on a shit talking stream. I
Mhm.
get like 400 or 500 when I play a game or something like that. But I'm okay with that.
Oh
because
man,
views don't
I'm-
mean shit to me. I'm not monetized. Views, views don't mean anything to me. So
People like to watch people hurt each other. It's just
yeah, and you know,
sad that they do.
the truth, no, I mean, I really do not. The reason why I don't want you is not because it's because I don't like you. I don't want you because I do not like to see the comments in the field, and I know that they're going to happen. And in order for me not to pop off like a bag of pop rocks, I try to stay away from it because again, I'm a loose cannon. I already owned it, but I do
Yeah,
understand
if you
that
don't
I
see
did kind of
something,
see.
you're not going to react.
Yeah,
Kiki,
and
can
I
you
did kind of
please
see.
send me proof where me, Nenny, or Sarah said we were going to call your place of employment?
I will. I think it was on Sarah's thing, but I'll send it.
Okay.
But what I'm stating is that it's kind of comical and not a bad comical. I've kind of stared away from some of the drama myself, and I know how you feel on that one because my viewership and things drop. And yes, I know that you're making that conscious effort. I don't think anybody here really truly hates somebody to the point that we want them physically hurt or that we want them to be in pain and suffering and shit like that. We are going to talk shit. This is YouTube. That's what this community is, right? And I need to be a little bit more responsible with my wordings. And I know I can pop off like a bag of pop rocks, but I do apologize for dragging you, and I shouldn't have said some of the things I've said about you. I do know that for a fact, and that's my downfall, man. Because you know what? I'll just go pop off, and then I feel bad the next day, and I do.
Yep.
I don't
Nobody
have any
likes popping
problem.
off.
I can
Kiki,
totally relate with that. That's for me. I just wait because I know I'm not going to feel like that even hours later.
and
you know?
that's what broke me down the other night when I was so upset over Kiki's stream just pounding me over what I said to Jennifer Lynn, but nobody was acknowledging what was said to me.
That's true. That is true. I mean, you got
It's
me
a
on that
lot
one. I
of hurt
can't say
feelings.
nothing
I
bad about that.
agree with Dana, the banana, 100%. She said there's no real hate in our community. There's hurt feelings. And I know that everybody's not going to agree with that, but that's how I feel. I know people have been hurt. And when you're pissed off and you're hurt, you don't even want to consider other people's feelings, and they don't want to consider your feelings because you're mad at each other. And then it just gets worse.
And that's
when-
true, Stephanie.
Yeah, it can all be talked about.
It's true,
really
very
not
true.
that serious, you know?
Because I
But-
mean, I can tell you guys, the reason why I have just went off like a bag of pop rocks in those last few months is because of seeing certain individuals think that it is funny for me to be threatened not once or twice. And not even that I was threatened, but the fact that somebody tried to threaten my daughter. And I'm not saying the truth. I'm not saying you at all. I'm just saying that I took it to heart at that point.
Absolutely.
And I went out like a battle axe, right? I was threatened, like, listen, I was like the NASA challenger, you know?
Oh, you come
10,
after my
9,
kid. You
8,
come
7,
after my
6.
kid. It's game on.
And
But Kiki, did you read the comment that I left under one of your videos? Because I told you, I hope you find the person that sent you that. Because I would like for you to be able to 110% say this person threatened my child. So that person could be outed from this community totally.
well, exactly, and I'm trying to. It's under investigation. That's why I don't talk about it a lot.
Okay.
So I am.
Cool.
Oh,
I
yeah,
hope
am.
you find out who did it, Kiki. But
Oh,
I
we
can
will.
promise you, no roads will lead back to me.
The truth. I'm gonna make this public right now. I know for 100% a fact that it's not you, and I have said that multiple times. It is not Laura. It
She
is
has
not
told me
Mandy
that.
Bell.
She has told me that.
Yeah, it is not Mandy Bell, and it is not Serendipity. It is not Nene C. It is not any of them. But the way that it's looking, it is somebody. And once I get clarification, I am going to put it out there. But I have to
Good.
wait because there was an individual that emailed me a day later and said they did it, they are sorry, blah, 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 blah. And then this individual, when I respond back, closes down their email account. So that was not them. That was some bogus ass, nasty ass troll that said they did it, but they didn't do it. I do not believe at all. Again, 100%, it's not any of you per se.
Good, because I would never.
Hell, it
threaten
could
a
be
child.
owning.
Tracy, that's, you know, I said that about that death threat. I've said the very same thing.
I would
I just
never
think
threaten
that
someone's child.
we all as creators, we're going to have differences. We may not like one another on this day or that day, right? But when somebody actually threatens somebody with physical harm, we need to come together, put our dislikes away, and out that motherfucker from the community. We need to at least do that when that shit happens.
Okay, and I'm going to say this, and I'm going to leave the panel. First of all, Stephanie, thank you for having me up. Persian Princess,
I
I
gotta go back
really,
to work.
I really hope that you understand that I don't know you. I don't wish you any ill will. If anything, I can totally relate to your situation. So I did not dox you. But Kiki, what you just said is exactly what I do with the person that you defend the most. And because he has said harmful things, he has made threats. So I will continue. You know, I've left him alone, and I'm not going at him. But if I
I know,
see
I
him
think you've
say,
done good.
if I, huh?
I think you've done good.
But
Did
I'm
it
telling
for
you
Lynn.
right now,
I
I'm
didn't
no
think you did it for
different.
Lynn.
I'm no different than the rest of you guys. If I see
I
him
know.
saying something hurtful, if I see him saying something, you know, because he has said some really vile things to people that I care about, I'm going to call it out, just like I know you all are.
Yeah.
So we're going to go tit for tat. I got no problem with tit for tat. I don't go real life. I don't look people up. I don't, you know, the only way I would know anything about you all is what you put out there. Like you've talked about the state in which you live in, Marcia.
Yeah.
That's what I know about you.
Right.
I'm going back to work, so I don't mean to interrupt, but again, it's the truth. Like I said, my apologies. I own it all.
Hey,
And,
apology accepted.
Merry
and
Christmas.
I'm sorry, and I hope you have a good holiday.
You too, girl. I'm leaving. I got to go back to work.
I believe
Yeah.
that, Tracy. I believe that, Tracy.
Thank you for
Okay,
coming, Kiki.
Thank you,
I believe
guys.
that, Tracy. I don't believe that.
I don't.
Got it. I know.
Sorry.
I have
No,
a
what's up?
good idea of where it came from, but that's okay.
No personal, nobody's personal life interests me. It really
And
doesn't.
I'm gonna see what Persian has, and I'll get it to you, Bo.
Okay, because if there's a troll account of me, a cloned account, I'd like to know. Because if that's the case, I'll change my picture, I'll change my name, I'll do whatever I have to do because it's happened before.
Yep.
That's why I have my personal picture on here, because before I just had an easily copied avatar, which is pretty easy to copy somebody's picture, I guess, too. Just blow it up and put it in the circle. I don't know. But I would like to see where I have done what I've done to this
I think
woman,
it
'cause I
happened.
can promise you
chat.
I've done nothing.
I don't think it was you. I think it happened in your chat.
If
I'll
that's the
find
case,
out.
if she
I'll
can
find
tell me, if she can tell me what chat, I have no problem going back and just deleting that chat
Yeah, I'll find
just
out.
to make sure it's
That's
gone.
respectable.
Yeah, and I'll find out and let you know.
All right, you guys, peace out and have a
Bye.
good holiday. Thanks,
Bye.
Stephanie. Bye.
Okay, hang on.
That went well.
Yes, I'm very happy about that. And I hope that, more people can talk eventually, because I do think I always think communication is the best way. That's it.
Yep, I agree. I agree.
Yeah. And people, if you don't ever talk to each other, you're always going to have second and third hand information. And the people are going to try to spin their own, put their own spin on it because they don't like the person that they're telling you about and blah, blah, blah. It's just a mess. Okay. So thank you for coming up, Marcia.
Oh, you're welcome. I'll see y'all tonight at 8.
Are you going live?
At 8. At 8
p.m.
p.m.
Eastern?
Eastern. 8 Eastern.
Okay. Marsha will be live at 8 p.m. Eastern. If anybody has her link, put it in the chat. We'll be over there. I got to get it off here.
Okay.
And,
Love y'all. See y'all later. Good job,
talk to you guys
Stephanie.
soon. Have a great day. Bye.